Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
It's called driving a nitro funny car.
It's called
You're looking dapper. I was going to actually make a comment. You're looking pretty dapper, man.
Well, you're going to see me next Thursday. Or on Friday. I'll be in Gainesville, right? And you better, when I come up to the pits, bitch, you better not. I better get to go across the ropes and get to come hang out with you now, okay?
Dude, come on. There's no ropes for you. You go wherever you want.
I got to tell you,
if you fit in the car, I'd let you in the car, but there ain't no way you're fitting in the car.
No, and Tony can barely get his fat ass in one either, too. I'm just saying that right now. Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I'm all miscombobulated today. A little bit sunburned. I've been yawning all day.
Oh, no.
I got to go back to that hellhole tomorrow. I wish a Cat 9000 hurricane would hit that. I love the people of Ocala. You're beautiful. But I just wish out of nowhere, like,
tornado.
if there is a, yeah, exactly. Tornado.
That's more localized.
I want a vortex of like a 41-acre vortex. I just wanted to hit
a 41-acre tornado.
I want a 41-acre tornado, Cat 70, to come in and just completely leave like my neighbors, leave them alone. Those poor little cows next door and everything.
They're gonna take a lick anyway.
No, I just make sure. I don't know, but just I don't know. Maybe a fire. I think but how do you burn down a racetrack? Like, it's just dirt.
Dirt probably doesn't burn.
Dirt
well.
doesn't burn too good. And like, I'm the only partner that knows how to grade the track. Yeah. And that's the instrumental part of,
And it sucks because you probably like it that way and also hate it that that's the case.
Oh, I wish I had a guy that was as good as me.
Right, well, that's the thing.
But that guy's in a coffin and 6 feet under the ground.
Yeah.
The great Elwood. Big wood grader man. Lummy, did you see where the Rays guy died?
Yeah, I didn't know he had health problems.
What should go show you, Lummy? We us, as fat asses need to probably, take a. Well, I keep up on my health.
Proactive.
Yeah, I do. I get 3 blood tests a year, and maybe I need to further do more instead of, because maybe your blood can't tell you if you got a bad heart. Like, what I'm saying? Like maybe I need to go in for like an echogram or something.
Echocardiogram?
Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt.
Maybe do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe, I don't think you got to probably do those once a year. I think you could probably do them every 5 years or something like that.
As long as there's no problem, yeah.
As long as, like, colonoscopies, I think you're supposed to do like...
once every few months?
No.
Oh.
No, you're supposed to... I think I did my first colonoscopy at like 45, and I haven't done one since. So I probably do. I could have developed a polyp or two. But they said that I had a very pristine colon last time. So hopefully I might...
I've seen a lot of mileage, and I'm like one way, but a lot of mileage.
Yeah, there's not been... Well, there's been two-way mileage one time. I did not like it when I,
No.
when I did the experiment that we all did.
Right.
To me, when we did the milking deal, to me it felt, one of the reasons why I didn't like it is because I felt as if I was doing a number 2.
Yeah, could you imagine what people that
like that stuff?
Yeah.
No, I can't. Oh hey, Lummy, how you doing? What are you looking for? I got to think that now I don't know this for a fact, but I got to think that people that are into that probably, how often we tell women, as far as, squirting, that you just got to relax. And when you have the urge to do something, that you just kind of work through it.
Mm-hmm. Let it happen.
But maybe the people that enjoy that have to work through the urge of taking a number 2.
Yeah, I'm sure they have to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure the first times. No, but I didn't. I didn't even kind of enjoy the first time.
Right.
Like, to me, I was just like, ooh, I feel like here's what I'm most afraid of is that you pull out your finger and there's a bunch of, you're sponsored by Hormel chili. And be like, that would just be horrific. You're sponsored by Hormel chili,
Yes, it
no
would.
beans. Whoa. Has anybody ever had that Hormel? I can't for the life of me think that you could ever eat chili that was not homemade.
So that no bean chili,
Yeah?
the only time I've ever used that is if you're making
Something.
a chip dip.
Yeah, like
No.
Chili's,
It's a
Chili's
recipe
quesadilla.
as something that you're throwing. It's
Yes.
one of like 9 things that you're throwing in to make a big extravagant
Yes.
3-layer, 9
And
layer.
it's only like a small flavoring and like a cheese chip dip.
Yeah,
Right.
You get one of those big blocks of
But you
cheese.
you
Yes.
just wouldn't open a can, heat it up, and say, "Hey man, I
God,
got
no.
some chili."
No way.
Like same with first of all, like my sloppy joes, like the manwich deal. That stuff's horrible. Erica actually one time knew that I like sloppy joes before she found out my mom's secret recipe, and she put together like I literally almost smashed her in the face.
The like bold and spicy or whatever it is, man, which isn't too bad. But
Yeah, but do you
homemade's still better.
Do you go stock with it or do you soup it up?
I soup it up a little bit.
Yeah, like Hamburger Helper. Who doesn't soup up hamburger?
Oh, of
if you don't
course.
soup up Hamburger Helper,
Right.
and when I mean soup up, I mean like really add a bunch of cool stuff to it. One, you got to add more meat. You just can't go with the 1 pound they call for.
Not at all.
And then 2, you got to add more. Almost all of Hamburger Helper is based on cheese.
Depending on what kind you get, yeah.
2, don't they give you the option to make it with water or milk?
Yes.
Don't ever make it with water.
No milk. And I found that like Fairlife milk isn't as good as regular like whole milk.
Really?
Yeah, because I made it one time with Fairlife and it didn't come out right.
Fairlife might have made it too thick, maybe.
No, it was
Too thin?
It was like thin and like it wasn't curdled, but it kind of had that consistency of
Ew.
curdled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Maybe Hamburger Helper's made for like the TG Lee real cheap milk.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cheap anymore, anyhow.
Well,
yeah, nothing's cheap. Nothing is cheap. I was in the shower this morning and I was thinking, you know what? Is the cost of everything gone up? Yes.
Yeah.
But has the cost of everything really gone up? And I'm thinking that everybody has just jacked you just because it's the season of jacking.
Yeah.
And so, like, that there are some materials or something, I don't know what it could be, paper clips for all I know. Like, paper clips are probably a little bit more than they used to. And did they really go up? Well, they're going to say, well, the cost of the metal to bend, all the...
Shipping went up.
Yeah, but
I can't think of anything that has even stayed the same.
But there's some companies that are screwing consumers more than others. Like, I believe GM and maybe Ford just announced they're going to close a few of their plants for a few weeks at a time to keep inventories low so they can keep prices high.
So
they're-
brilliant.
Yeah. So rather than keeping the plants open and just making trucks, basically it's trucks, and so the price will come down, they want to keep the prices high.
Isn't one of their main trucks in Kentucky? I think one of Ford's main trucks is in Kentucky.
Their plants, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but they're moving a lot of them to Mexico.
And what will they do? They
basically picked the highest producing plant. They just totally shut it off for 2 weeks, just stop, and then restart it back up. And they're doing that to keep inventory low.
And did they say that's what the reason they're doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me look at that beard, buddy.
Yeah, it looks great. Thank you.
Now,
Bubba.
after Friday, did you get any comments, or what day did I cut it?
Friday.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
Did your wife notice?
Yes, she did.
Now, see, because in about a week or two, when you are ready for a dye job, when it's not so, see, Anna, look to your right. See how it's just, I just trimmed it.
Yeah, looks great.
And let me look up. You got a distinctive line. Look up. He's got a distinctive line.
It's not as bushy.
Whereas now, Lummy, if we stay up on it,
Yes,
it doesn't even
enough.
have to be on the air. I did it out back.
Yeah, you did.
I know. I was going to say, I don't remember you doing it on the air.
Nope, I just did it out back. So meet me out back. Usually that's a shady thing. And
I was really in my mind. I'm like, what did I miss a day
I
of
know,
the
it's
show?
like, was I
I
not
was really
listening?
kind of flipping out here. I'm like,
damn, look at that line, cousin.
Yeah, it looks really
it looks
good.
good.
It's good as and your neck too. If you'd want to turn around and lift up that mankind type hair. Your neck, I even lined your neck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too,
that
buddy.
helps. Yeah,
Look at that. Oh, here we go. Blitz just sent this to me.
it's actually the plant in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
And now do those guys lose their jobs?
I mean it's just for 2 weeks.
So
I don't know if they get paid for that 2 weeks or not.
I would think. I don't know. You know, those union workers
Yeah, you got to
are.
be careful because then
Yeah,
everyone goes on strike.
I was thinking I'm sure they get paid, but
Yeah.
they-
General Motors is halting production at Fort Wayne, Indiana's truck plant for 2 weeks this spring to help the company maintain optimal inventory levels.
right, which means they want inventory low so they can keep the prices high.
They want when you would go to buy that new Silverado, be like, listen, this is the one we got on the lot, buddy.
Yep.
When we go low, you go high,
Yep.
just like Michelle Obama said.
Fort Wayne Assembly Productions were down for 2 weeks beginning on March 27th in an effort to maintain optimal inventory control for our dealerships. The plant consistently reviews and adjusts. Here's the deal, Blitz. Inflation and interest rates are killing sales right now. You know,
Yeah, well, I mean they've also raised their rates a lot, and then of course the dealer inventory or market adjustments. Basically it's just them adding 10 grand or 20 grand onto a truck.
will that make used cars go up? Because
they already are up.
I had a used car guy tell me about 2 months ago that just hold on to buying a used car because the market's going to take a crash in the middle of this year. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen now.
It's going to come down. I don't know if it's going to crash, but yeah, that's what they're trying to avoid all that by doing this type of stuff, which is crazy. So rather than sell trucks for a reasonable price, they'd rather not make them and keep the prices higher.
That's why I'm keeping my truck. At the height of when
Used car craziness.
Well, would you say probably maybe right at a year ago when literally Gus was going for $9 grand. You could have sold Gus for $9 grand.
Yeah. And there's still used
Thank God
cars are
Anna didn't
still
know
really
that.
high.
She would have had that thing gone.
Then I would have had to buy a car.
Yeah, it's true. And God, Gus is just so reliable.
I love Gus.
He doesn't look. He's Gus is like a cougar at the bar. It looks good enough to take home, and God dang it, reliable as hell.
Riding around town.
Right, Gus is a hot cougar.
Thank you.
Right. It could use a little nip tuck here and there. It could stand to go to the gym a little bit more. Really, only thing Gus really needs, honest to God, is a paint job.
Yeah,
That's really Gus really needs.
Mm-hmm.
And Blitz, remember back in the day when we were growing up and they had Mako's $99 paint jobs?
Yeah, or like a $199 special.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like it, but
that $199 special is probably $699 now.
Oh, at least, yeah.
G-ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that car needs. New set of wheel covers, which is, could you get a new set of wheel covers? I bet you could get a new, Blitz, go to Amazon and check Camry wheel covers because Lummy did break one time.
Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
That's okay.
They still snap on barely. As soon as she goes over 80, they fly off. But anyway.
Well, good thing I never go over 80.
She just goes 76. But I mean, I'd say a new set of wheel covers for that's probably maybe $80.
Yep.
And then
you can get them starting about 60, so anywhere from 60 to 100 depending on which one.
So let's call it 80.
Yeah.
And then you throw on a $599 paint job for $650. That thing would look brand new.
Remember when Walmart used to sell the hubcap spinners?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get those for Gus.
Put spinners on.
No.
Yeah, the hubcap spinners are cool.
Yeah. They're
Gus is
real.
lucky.
How many miles has Gus got on it?
Well, about 115,
That ain't
114.
For a Toyota, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You keep that oil changed like you do, and that thing will run. Honest to God, that thing won't even start giving you problems till. I mean, probably the next thing that you'll probably have to do would maybe be a timing belt or chain or gear or whatever. I don't know how it's. That's it. And Blitz and I could do that in 4 hours.
A timing chain on a Camry?
Yeah.
You can do that. I don't want to do that.
Is that bad?
I don't like those kind of jobs.
I don't either. But we could get it done.
Take it to Rick.
Oh God, it'll be put in backwards. Oh, you know, reverse timing. You have to drive backwards. I wonder how much a timing chain. What's the timing chain? Let me see if you can. What's the timing chain life usually on a Toyota Camry?
I think it's quite a bit. I'm looking now.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee it's over 200. Those Toyotas and Hondas and all those they're so well made.
It's 250,000 miles.
Yeah, Anna,
Oh, I mean, it depends on the year. 02. What year do you have?
2010.
Don't put her on an 02.
Well, no, 02 is the 250, so it's 300. She should be able to get 300,000.
Yeah, Anna. So
Nice.
so probably the only thing you'll have to do to that, it's what we have already done to it, is brakes. You'll put a set of brakes on that thing. You'll put 2 set of brakes on that thing before you'll put a timing chain on it.
Okay.
I mean, that thing's perfect.
Excellent.
Probably the next. How about your truck? I mean, is your truck good to go? How many miles is on your truck?
155. Might be 156.
Yeah, it's a GM.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when they start getting.
So what is it? Z71? Is that what it is?
Oh, shut up. No, I wish it was Z71. I picked the better version than that.
You had a chance to get a Z71 for the same price, didn't you?
Sure did.
Which was a night. And why did you do any research at all?
Yeah, but see, I listened to the guy I was working with at the time, and he said the back seat was smaller.
No, they probably had some kind of internal sales incentive for your truck.
I think Lummy means the guy, not the salesman, but like the guy he was actually working with, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He told me that the Z71, for whatever reason, the back seat was smaller than the one that I got.
And
it's
that
hard for me to
specific truck
tell.
could have been.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to tell because all the back seats in a lot of the trucks are small.
Yeah,
So
I
couldn't tell the difference between 4 inches and,
When was the last time you seen your back seat anyway?
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, that back seat doesn't even count.
What's the difference between a Z71 and what Lummy's got?
What's that?
I mean, now what? Now, which one didn't you choose?
The Z71.
Well,
which one's difference? And what model do you have?
Just like the LZ or whatever it is.
All right,
LT.
What's the difference between an LT and a Z71?
Well, mainly 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But
Lummy, you always get 4-wheel drive.
Well, then
so
I was told,
it could,
we're in Florida.
The 2 trucks he was looking at could have been a crew cab and an extended cab. That was probably the difference.
Oh, you should have got a crew cab.
He does. But the Z71 might have been an extended cab. The specific trucks he was looking at. So.
Yeah, and Lummy, at the time, you didn't have a family.
No.
And Walker could fit in an extended cab all day.
Yeah. Well, because I had a Dodge Ram right before that, and the Dodge Ram. Ew. But it had a nice big back seat, so I didn't want to downgrade to a smaller seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's tough after you've had a crew cab.
Yeah.
To go to an extended cab.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted
tough.
to try to keep the same, but
right.
Yeah.
You're fine, and you got 151 on that.
155. And I keep up on it.
You still making payments on it? Or
no, I bought it straight up when I pulled out of the lot.
Oh,
I bought it 0 miles.
When you had that fish money.
Yeah, paid for it right out the door. First brand new car ever.
You've not taken very good care of it, have you?
Well, I used to until
what year
I hit
is
about
it?
100. 14.
You used to until you hit about 100.
Yeah, and then I had to start traveling, and pretty much I was done with it. Well, I couldn't rent trucks anymore.
My truck's got.
He got paint all over the side of it. What was that, about 2 years ago?
Yeah, and I gave up then.
And then never washed it off.
Yeah.
Like, still has yet to wash it.
I tried. It was just latex.
Yeah, because it was weeks later.
I think my truck's a 19. I think I got 39,000 miles on it. And you can see I never drive it.
Yeah, you keep it under a cover.
In fact, it's so... I don't drive it enough, Blitz. So the last time I tried to start it, the battery was dead.
Oh, that's not good.
So I got it on a tender now.
Okay.
Got it on battery tender. And, I'm trying to see how long I cannot drive it. Because when I don't even foresee myself turning, like, I don't need anything.
No, but like you should start it every couple of weeks and drive it around just to, keep the oil moving, the tires from,
dry
squaring
rotting.
off.
Dry rotting.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew this was coming down. It was just nothing but straight formalities. And that was the sentencing of the Murdaugh, or Anna.
Yeah.
You actually say it right. How do you
Murdaugh?
Murdaugh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Alex Murdaugh.
Mm-hmm.
It's Alex Murdaugh, and literally everybody says Alec.
Alec Murdaugh.
Yeah.
Well, they call him Murdoch. It was weird.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Handed down 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole.
Now, did they give him a prison shave already, or was he already because he had a little bit of hair.
I thought so too, but
think
I thought he had
shaved it
I
off.
thought he had like kind of like a little Donald T.
A little bit.
comb over Willie. I thought he did.
Yeah, he did.
he was balding, but
To Alec Murdaugh.
She said it right.
yeah, she does. But all the people that knew him, like in the documentary, called him Alec.
To Alec Murdaugh. A jury
she
found the
kinda did
disgraced
too.
South Carolina attorney guilty of murdering his wife and his youngest son. CBS's Nikki Batiste is outside the courthouse in South Carolina.
I wonder if he's already set up an appeal, or is he just like they got
His
I think
lawyers have said they were going to appeal and all that, and I'm sure they will because you never know. But
Now, does an appeal process only happen if there was something fundamentally wrong or procedurally wrong with the trial?
Yes.
I was always in the impression that you just can't appeal
For no reason.
because you don't like the outcome.
you can almost always find a reason, though, to at least file the appeal. It doesn't mean they're going to accept it. And
Right.
They usually do, and they'll say, even if it's something stupid, and they'll say, hey, no.
They'll usually
Didn't they throw out
accept.
a juror?
Didn't they what?
Didn't they throw out a juror?
Yeah, there was something weird about one
So, I
of the
mean, I
jurors.
feel like
Right.
there's plenty of room
That
for an
might
appeal
be.
there.
That might be. And that juror could say, well, I was the one that was going to say, if that juror wanted to make some money, because I think, Blitz, once you've been thrown out, you're free to speak to the media.
Yeah, and a few of them have.
Right. And free to write a book and free to, go on, the morning show in 60 Minutes. Like, you're free to, you've done your deal. If you were that juror, Anna, you would be like, I was the one that was going to be the hanging guy, that didn't think he did it. And so they got me thrown out.
There was something with eggs.
Oh no, she came on and said she needed to go back in because she forgot her eggs.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
why am I
eggs,
thinking eggs?
She forgot eggs in her car, and they were so expensive that she had to go get eggs or something weird.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I don't know.
normally eggs aren't that big a deal. But when you got $9 in your eggs,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to get them refrigerated.
And you're only making what, $15 a day in jury duty?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Who's this?
Bubba Dreams of Being 2X. How are you?
Good. I like that early morning voice you got there, buddy.
I caught COVID over the weekend. Anyway,
Somebody said I
Who's
thought
getting COVID anymore?
Well, I think there's kind of
sorry.
another little sleeper cell supposedly.
Yeah.
There were people in people in my mom's community that were
Oh, Jesus.
that were talking about, but old people get everything.
That's true.
I mean, old people get everything. Hello.
yeah. So hey, I work in the auto industry, and they're going to see this all year coming up, that they're going to flex the build schedules, because what COVID has taught them, the shutdowns or pandemic, is last year the industry only made 12.5 million vehicles, but on average, the average transaction price is up over 5,000,
Yeah.
and the incentives are zero, which normally on the average is about 5,000. So what they're finding out, if you look at all three of the OEMs, every one of them has made more money than they ever made, because they're throwing on essentially another 10 grand on already vehicles that they're rumored to make 10 to 15 grand.
So what they're doing is they're like, listen, we don't have to give incentives.
Correct.
Because there's not as many out there. So when we get a guy kicking the tires, chances are he wants it. And if he doesn't want it, we got somebody else down the road that wants it, and we don't got to give him, $0 down, $5,000, Ford employee automatic discount. Like,
Well, but most dealers only keep inventory for at most 120 days.
Right.
So this is keeping that level down.
Now, will the workers get paid still?
Yeah, the UAW's got an agreement. They call it sub pay. They get 96% of their pay to stay home.
Hold on. So they're only losing 4%, and they got to stay home.
That's
Sign
awesome.
me up to hang a right fender on a Ford.
Shut the plant all year.
I'm Blitz. I'm moving back to Warsaw, and listen, Larry Plummer's house is literally like 42 minutes from Fort Wayne.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a regular commute around here. If you lived in Palm Harbor, but if you lived where you used to live and you came to work, it was at least, even early in the morning, a 25.
It was about 25 minutes, yep.
Well, that's you driving.
Well, I was going to call you on Friday, too. You guys were wondering on Tesla. I do some work for them, too. So the new Model 3 is coming out in December, and
Right.
the Cybertruck is coming out first quarter of 24.
Now, Model 3, when you say that, what's the difference in the Model 3s compared to what's
It's
going
the new Model 3s.
Yeah, it's the new model. Not much. I mean, he's from what I'm seeing, he's being smart about it. He's not, he's not going to have all this expensive sheet metal changes. Honestly, what he's doing, he's working the supply base for more cheaper parts. I mean, he's hitting us, even though inflationary, for both steel and labors and cost to build.
I think Elon's going to go do completely reverse of what Ford, GM, and Dodge are doing, and he's going to be like, listen, I'm going to make more. And I'm gonna lower them $5,000 and sell more of them. Why Ford, GM, Dodge, you guys are making less and jacking the prices up. I'm gonna make more and lower them.
No, actually, Tesla's making more per unit.
Yeah, and he just stuck it to him because he knows GM's coming out with the new electronic Blazer this year and electronic Equinox. He put everything down 5,000 to 13,000 less on Tesla, so he just stuck it right up there. You know what?
Well, yeah, he announced on Friday the Model 2 is only going to be 29,000.
Wow.
Well, but they're not. That wasn't like an official thing, though.
Oh, it's in Forbes.
What does Tarek got?
I know if you read the article, it says they don't.
I know Tara's husband's got the lower SUV. Tara's got.
He's got the Y and she has the S.
It's X or Y.
Yeah. What's Tara's
the S.
Tara has the S?
Yeah, that's
what's a new S gonna cost?
Like
90?
I mean, anywhere from 70 to 150, depending on which one you get.
And it's all about what you unlock, right? I was told that
there's different battery sizes and motor options.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all-wheel drive performance packs, etc.
Right.
But a lot of those things, a lot of Teslas come with the availability to do all of that, and it's just whether they unlock it or not, right?
A lot of software, yes.
Yeah.
The auto drive and all that.
That's what you're starting to see the trend too. That previously, when you ordered keyless entry or auto start and that, you bought it when you got the car and it's free forever. Now they're turning it for revenue sources.
Either
you got to buy it by the year packages.
Yeah, you can either buy a month or a year. BMW is starting to do that.
Yep, Hyundai does it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got Tom Bean's got one of those Genesis made by Hyundai.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful car. He's got the top end, the most expensive one they make.
G80, I think.
Yeah,
the problem is there's no resale on them. They're a great value car, but they suck when you go to sell them.
Yeah. I tell you, man, I got into it. It looked like a goddamn Bentley.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, you think it's a Mercedes.
It's nice, but you're saying once you resale it, you're done. What vehicle is best for resale?
Teslas are good. Yeah.
They are now. But if you bought one a few months ago, and when Elon dropped the price $5,000, they got screwed on used Teslas.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
I got to tell you, my smart car, man, it whips around town pretty good.
Dr. Dan out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out, and that's a story. That's a story in itself. I'm full hot on that deal.
Oh no!
If he wouldn't have lost the strap to Rhett when he did, he would have lost it today.
He lost it to Lummy, remember?
Yeah, whoever he lost it to, he would have lost it today.
Oh no!
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, man. Thanks. Is he supposed to be back? Blitz, he only speaks to you. Is he supposed? Is he supposed to come back tomorrow?
From what I know, yes.
If he's listening to the show, he will be. I don't even want to. You know what, Blitz? Since he only listens to you, why don't you text him and tell him just go ahead and take tomorrow off too?
Oh, that's gonna kill him.
Oh my God!
And we don't need him.
Are you just mad because Muffy didn't text you directly?
Yeah.
Are you up on your Ozempic?
I'm good on my Ozempic.
Okay.
He texted Blitz. He says he texted Blitz on Thursday.
Well, we talked on Thursday because I dropped off his pass on Thursday, and he said that Romina wanted to go somewhere and that he was trying to go to St. Pete.
So Anna, you don't even have a dog in this fight, but so yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon, I get a picture of him. Of course, Johnny douchebag with his
what you're mad at.
with his shirt off, showing his abs with the Bahama backdrop.
The hot wife.
Was it just him?
Just him, yes. As a matter of fact, maybe perhaps in full disclosure, I should just show you the picture. That way, everybody can get a little bit better.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I do too.
This is evidence the court needs to see.
I mean, I am, I'm a pretty good describer, but so this is the picture that I get yesterday. That's the picture I get.
Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's looking good.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And I get
You're like, where's
hey,
that?
Bubba.
Is that your backyard?
Hey, Bubba, I hope you made this is at 106. I hope you made it to the races. I'm in the Bahamas until tomorrow. Blitz knows. But I wanted to make sure you knew as well. Jay will be in tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. And I said, I that would have been, he said, hold on, blah, blah, blah. I said, I don't need Jay in from the start. I'd like to have him in at 9. And I said, I wish I would have known on Thursday. And it got into a whole big crap storm, nonetheless. So you don't have a dog in this fight. Fish on the J, $20. He says Subaru have great resale value too.
Yeah, just ask Ty J.
Ty J drives a Subaru. I can't even think about clowning it. I mean, Anna, is it unreasonable for me to have wanted to, as if you're not going to be here on Monday, is it unreasonable for me to have wanted to know that data as soon as I could?
As soon as this decision was made to leave the country?
Well, yeah, like Thursday or Friday or whenever he told Blitz, is it unreasonable for me to have known that too?
No.
Okay.
No.
So good. My.
But then it's, how much are you planning on punishing him, I guess, is my question.
I don't know. I mean, maybe a day. Just take the rest of the week off. I mean, if you don't have enough, if you don't understand how things work around here, I mean, because listen, how I host the show and how I prepare the show, is people that sit back here and think I wing it. There's a certain amount of winging, but it also I'll be more medical specific when I have Dan in, and so
sure.
I
kind of need a heads up. I understand.
I'd like to have more than a 106 on Sunday, and then oh, by the way, I told Blitz on Thursday, heads up.
Well, I think what happened, and I'm not blaming anybody, I think that Dan assumed Blitz was going to tell you, and I think Blitz assumed Dan was going to tell you, so no one told you until last minute.
106 Sunday with look at me, I got the best abs in all of the Bahamas shot. Oh, and by the way, Jay will be in at 6. No, I'd like to make those decisions, I think. I'd like to make those decisions. I would like to have said, okay, that's great. Send Jay in. But quite frankly, I want Jay in at 9. I'm not used to Jay being in here at 6. And so my show is all about feel and comfortability. And I don't know if that's a word or not. I probably said it wrong.
It is now.
But it is about me being comfortable and vibe and just my group of people at a particular time. And I'm not used to Jay. Nothing against Jay. In fact, I like Jay right now more than I like Dan. But I mean, Dan, that's not cool. I tell you what, Dan, I'm going to start calling Jay's secretary to start book my medical appointments. Okay, and
she'll love that.
And she'll call you then, or I don't know. I don't even know if I can give you an efficient or an accurate analogy as to what it would mean to my relationship with him and when I need stuff done, which is usually me just calling him and just showing up. Like I'm to his credit.
You just do what you want, and he makes it work.
It's different.
A live show is different than Botox. It really is. A monkey could give, but I could give Anna her Botox.
Yeah, and I should have texted you over the weekend, but I didn't want to bug you, and I was like, well, I mean, we're still going to be here and do a show, so... And I did figure Dan was going to tell you, but...
So anyway, nonetheless, Dan, you're in the doghouse, my friend. Just stay home tomorrow.
Oh.
It's no big deal. He gets to sleep in.
I don't think he's going to sleep in anyhow. He's always in chat at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6:15 he's in chat.
Yeah,
I might call Steven.
Change his name. It's not 2 Ferrari Dan anymore.
I'm going to call Steven. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Steven and ask him for his guidance, his sensei, if you will.
He probably doesn't even know he's in the Bahamas.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Good morning, Big Lunger.
Hello, chat. Meet again.
dam, full his fishing. Tomorrow.
Hey, Lummy, do we have any pictures at all? Like me sitting remember my trailer in the back? My trailer in the back?
Yeah, I mean...
We got any pictures of me, like, sitting down? I don't know if we do or not.
I don't think we do, because I know, we didn't...
I was kayfabe about it.
Yeah. And then the only video we got was obviously you running it.
Running it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
If you happen to find any, let me know, bud.
Okay. Morning, Maria Guatemala.
Maria.
Morning, Joe. Good morning, Funny Face, 0225.
The Jewish holiday today, I believe, is Purim.
Full his. No, that was after he was gone.
Joe Lupian. I was actually going to make hamantashen, but then I was lazy, so I didn't make it for anybody.
Sorry, what?
Maybe I'll make him next week, but probably not.
What was it?
Hamantashens?
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. Hamantashes?
Yeah, you've never heard of them?
Good morning, Ace Egan.
They're triangle pastries made like Haman's hat.
Oh, I've
with,
seen these things. Yeah. Like a fruit filling.
Yeah, typically fruit, apricot jam, but my favorite is what they call mon.
I did not know that this was a Jewish.
Yeah. It's like for a holiday. The best is mon. I honestly was looking this up last week because I was thinking about just buying the filling of this shit. It's poppy seed filling and it's so fucking good. You know what? I'll make some fucking hamantashens. Thank you, Joe Lupian, for pushing me. I'm gonna make some fucking hamantashens.
I think I know this person now that is Jewish. That I didn't know they were Jewish.
Because they would eat those fucking triangle treats?
They would bring them to holidays, and then also I think the same thing you just said, the mon, they would bring.
Yeah, it was poppy seed filling. It's like sweet.
Yeah, it looks like chocolate in the middle.
Yeah, but it's like it looks like it's like seeds, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make it with chocolate, but the best is mon. I'm telling you, it's so fucking good. I'm gonna see if they have it at Publix, the poppy seed filling.
I did not. Well, I think this person.
I'll fucking eat that shit straight.
Jewish person.
It's so good. My grandma would make it.
Thanks for coming on yesterday, Pretty Face.
Maybe I'll make hamantashen, but also maybe I won't. I probably won't, guys. I was gonna make something next week for a fucking some patties. Are you going to Kevin's deal?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I don't know actually.
Okay, because I can't go.
Well, because it's trying to figure out what to do with Walker.
Okay. Well, he can't go. Oh, is it? Oh, it's adult.
Or it's an adult only thing.
Oh,
You got to go last year because he was fucking what, like 6 months, 7 months old.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to push the.
I got you. Just wondering if we're gonna have any representation.
Fishing for his fishing. I'm still waiting for those videos for his. Waiting for the chat.
We can do better.
Brian Phelps, Trick Me, good morning.
The trickest.
Still Tiger 5000, good morning.
Ding dong,
Sure,
motherfucker,
J-Bo,
ding dong.
down. You're gonna stay out there. Ranger. J Boy. You sure did, Kevin. You really did a great job on it. Thank you, Angel. You did it twice. So. Good morning, Natalie. Just tuned into the gates. A short one yesterday.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Tomorrow we'll do the NHRA 4-day pass. That'll involve some Bubba trivia. And can you help me maybe think of some?
Oh, yeah, I got some on the top of my head.
You do?
Yep. I was thinking about it last week when you
It's got to be kind of hard.
I was
You're
going to
get 3 out of 5.
I mean, they're hard, but, if you really listen to the show.
And the answer to one of them is Kokomo.
Answers to one of them is Kokomo.
No, we're not going to use that one again. Well, that technically is hard, but.
I didn't poop this morning.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
I can feel one coming, but my poops are 20 minutes.
Did you get up at normal time?
No, I did not. I got up
I know
at
that you got home late.
4:50.
Oh, wow.
Which I was 4:50, just completely out of it. I actually, for the first time, and I don't even how long, I use Alexa as my alarm. And so I say, hey, Alexa, set alarm for, blah, blah, blah. I'm not telling her right now. Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you one thing, man. She's efficient.
Oh, yeah.
She never misses it. So today she woke me up. It just has like a little, like a little alarm, like a real soothing kind of deal. And then I was like, hey, Alexa, stop alarm. Set alarm for, then I said 10 more minutes. And I did a 10-minute deal. Because the Merch Crick had to drive. The Merch Crick, listen to this. The Merch Crick's son flies out of country. I'm not trying to give too much information.
Yeah.
Flies out of country this week as part of his master's program at his college.
Oh.
And it's a big thing. Like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 of the kids are going as part of some type of curriculum. And then I guess USF's spring break is next week. So she paid a little bit extra for him to stay in this particular country for like 3 or 4 or 5 extra days. Because I mean, if you're, it makes sense if your kid's going over to, let's say it's not France, it's not Paris, but let's say that you're part of an extra, he's in the master's program at USF as an architect, and he's got 18. I think he graduates like next, maybe after next summer section or maybe next fall. He's on the latter
fall of 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, there's a part of the curriculum that if you can afford it, you go over there and you're going to this particular country. We'll for all intents purposes call it Paris, and you're going to Paris, France, to look at these 10 buildings, take pictures of them.
The Louvre,
and it's not Paris, France. Take pictures of them. I guess research the architectural history behind it and stuff like that. And then I think they leave tomorrow and they get back like, Sunday. Well, then next week is USF's spring break. So she was like, the Merch Crick was like, if I was going to be like maybe, and students are students are pretty handy nowadays. They don't just like stay at a hotel. They got like an Airbnb for for the 3. You know, like they're pretty handy. Like I think I think they're staying like kind of like when you traveled abroad, how you would get like a
hostel.
Oh, I don't think they're staying like I stayed.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
slept on the beach because I didn't want to pay $6.
I slept on the beach. I mean, you could have been murdered. How can you sleep on the beach?
Like this?
Hey, close your eyes.
Like Three Stooges?
Yeah.
Blitz,
She tried to zoink me in the eyes like Three Stooges the other day.
Listen, speaking of
He's
which, I
wearing
don't
glasses.
let me just write down 3. I got to write down Three Stooges, okay? I got a Three Stooges story, but I don't want to get Three Stooges. I don't want to get squirreled for my thingy. So they're not staying at a hotel. They're staying at something, far more economical.
Either a hostel or an Airbnb.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably
and
an
it's not
Airbnb.
real fancy, but it's got like 2 bedrooms and 3 bunk beds and 1 bathroom and a small little efficiency, and it's like $600 a week or something like that. So amongst 4 students or whoever's staying there, that's not that bad, right? So 2 of the students, I think, are sticking around with Vicente, and they're going to they're going to be there next week for spring break. It was going to be, I think it cost Erica like another maybe $600-$700 for him to stay there.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's good for an experience.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not spend spring break abroad?
I guess it would depend on where it's at, but I'm sure it's a decent place.
Is she freaking out?
No, not at all. He's actually very well traveled. His real father, and him have traveled. He's been all through Europe and.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like his first time leaving.
Oh no,
the
he's been
country?
he's been to Barcelona. He's been to
Because he's Spanish.
Denmark. He's been to London. I bet you he's probably been to 8 different places over Italy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, he's pretty. So anyway, make a long story short, they, I don't know, as they're booking this trip 2 months ago or something like that, they come to find out they can't find his passport.
Oh.
And so if you know anything about the passport
I
game,
do, because I got mine stolen right before I was leaving the country, too.
Well,
I mean, not that his was stolen, but
it's a dirty game.
Is she going to Miami?
You have to go to Miami to get
She's in
expedited.
Miami right now.
Oh.
She left at 1 o'clock in the morning because she has an 8 a.m. appointment.
Yep.
And she just got there. She just sent me a picture, and there's already 60 people in line
Yeah, 'cause
ahead
it's
of
a
her.
Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so she had to pay like, I don't know, $450.
The expedited fee.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So she left at 1 in the morning. Her mom, Vicente, and her drove down to Miami. So you got to understand, we didn't get back from the track until 9.
Oof.
So I gave her sleep medicine as soon as we left the track, and she slept. It takes an hour and 20 minutes, at night to get from there. So she slept there. I hobbled her into the apartment yesterday, and then they all met here.
Right.
And left from here at 1 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
Drove, down to Miami, got there, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, and she sent me a picture and said there's already 50 or 60 people in line.
Yeah.
And then, she'll be back today. But that's the only way.
That's the only way to get it expedited. If you want it within a month, you have to go to Miami.
Now, what if you were to be responsible? Like, see, my passport's expired, but I don't really foresee myself going anywhere.
How long has it been expired?
Oh, 10 years.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you just went through the regular process, not having to have any type of quickness on it, can you just do it the regular way and go? I mean,
and you
like
should
2-3 months maybe.
How much?
It's like
2-3 months maybe.
It's more like if you're getting a new one, it's like 4 to 6 months.
Oh, dang.
And how do you go to another? How do you do that?
You got to go get your picture taken.
Right. You have to go to like Walgreens or CVS,
You
right?
have to send them 2 forms of identification, and they give you like a list of like list A, list B, and you have to give like one of each.
And it has to be originals.
Yeah.
And they send them back.
Yeah.
Oh, so would I have to send them like my driver's license?
No, you're like your birth certificate.
Okay, I got that.
Certified, whatever.
I have one
original.
of those.
And then
maybe maybe a copy of your driver's license, maybe an old passport.
But you can go to the passport office or like a tax collector basically.
Yeah.
And do it, or the post office right here at the airport.
Right.
There's a separate passport section
I
of
see
the
it.
post
It's
office.
always a line from here to Michigan.
Yeah,
If
it's
you go
usually
down
not that bad.
A little
but-
more, it tells you exactly.
It is such a pain in the
Fill
ass
out
in
your
Miami.
DS 82. Submit your most recent passport. Well, if you don't have, no, you know what, Blitz? I do have my old passport.
Yeah, and they'll send it back, but I don't think. I think that's for a renewal.
I was looking good as hell on that thing too. I think I took it like in 05.
Okay. Because I just renewed mine, so mine expired, but if as long as it's within 2 years of being expired, they'll let you renew it, and renewing it's way easier.
Yeah, I had to get a brand new one.
It's only 2 years, Blitz?
Yeah, I already renewed it.
He's up on that stuff. So fill out a DS-82, submit your most recent passport, which I think I have, which it's old, but still that probably counts for something, right? Include any name change. That would be like if you got married or divorced.
Or if you
something.
change your name to Bubba the Love Sponge.
That's what mine one says. Provide a photo, which you just go down and... Now, can you take your own...
You can do it at Walgreens.
Okay.
You can take your own, but I would go somewhere and get it.
Go to
done.
Walgreens.
Calculate
Easy.
fees. Does that mean send the money?
Yes.
Okay. Mail completed application. Track your application status. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It just takes a
and
minute.
it's better to do it now. It's like $100, 120 or something. I don't know. They're good for like 10 years.
Yeah.
You should have it just to have it.
You should have it just to have it. Just because, like, if all of a sudden, I don't know, even going to the Bahamas,
Right.
you need it.
You do.
Now, it used to
Absolutely.
be back in the day, a U.S. driver's license could get you into the Bahamas.
Yes.
And I think Puerto Rico, I think
Puerto
Puerto
Rico's part of
Rico's
the States,
still.
so.
Yeah. Puerto Rico still, you don't need a passport.
Yeah,
'cause
just
it's,
your driver's
because
license.
it's not a different country.
Right.
It's U.S. territory.
U.S. territory,
FYI.
nonetheless.
Okay.
But just to go to the Bahamas back
Correct.
in the day, you could just have, if you had a valid driver's license or whatever.
Yep.
But it's always good to have your passport.
Oh, yeah. Mine got stolen 3 weeks before I was meant to leave for South Africa. So it was just
Now, hold
a
on.
horrible
So you were in
experience.
Australia, right?
Yeah.
And your passport got stolen.
No.
So it actually happened it happened 6 years ago today.
Today?
Yes, it was March 6th. Because I
She
came
was-
back from Okeechobee and my brain was all acid riddled because I had just done drugs for 3 days straight. And I came home and my door was broken open.
You were here in town?
Yeah, I was in Florida 6 years ago.
You did?
2017.
What was your start date at? When did you first come to Florida? And was it
April 16th, 2016.
all right? Now was that with Cox?
Yes.
Came from Detroit to work for Cox.
Correct.
Okay. So 2016, you roll down here.
Yeah.
You go to a music festival in Okeechobee.
That was about a year later.
Did you take your pass? Oh no. You said you came home and your door was open.
Yes, not at the place I'm currently living. There was a time for 3 months where I moved to. It was horrible. It was
Right.
basically subsidized living.
All right.
But
So
there
now
was drug addicts
what,
everywhere.
What did they all get? And why would somebody steal your passport?
Well, it was a bag.
Yeah, they would just take the bag.
And the bag just happened to have my freaking passport. And they took a bunch of crap that I didn't even care about. There was like a mic in there, like a Yeti mic. Is it Yeti?
Yeah.
Yeti mic. A bunch of
Take
other
the
stuff.
mic, bitch. Leave the passport,
Totally fine.
please.
It was
Right.
just the passport. And I wasn't even traveling that much, but I happened to be going to a wedding in
God,
Cape
you're a
Town.
wedding going bitch.
Brian from
I
Philly,
know.
$20 super chat.
Oh man. First horn of the day. Thank you so very much. Tomorrow, Anna, don't forget your story.
I will.
Tomorrow, I'm assuming Blitz that maybe late Blitz will maybe later this afternoon you'll check our before you go to bed.
Yes, I already checked today. We're still not allowed in, but yeah, I'll check.
Right, because it's my understanding it happened like a Monday at 4 in the afternoon or something.
Yes.
Ish.
Yep.
Okay, so we should know
Hopefully
by today that we'll be on. So Anna, continue on,
It's
please.
a little hot in here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it is. It's like 2 degrees hot in here.
Yeah, I'm
when
dying.
you got the hot vapors, it's hot as hell, baby.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
You know why?
Why?
Because I have a sunburn. And doesn't a sunburn kind of reverse cool? Doesn't a sunburn?
sometimes it'll make you
Makes
chilly.
Yeah.
Makes you
I'm not hot at all.
Anna, I did. I don't know if a guy was clowning me or not, okay?
Okay.
Before we get into your passport deal. But
Yeah.
I did.
Napa Mike, $100
Oh, my
super
God.
chat.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Anna, do you ever get like a really, really like pep in your step or like a real kind of sense of swagger when like just a complete stranger, and they're not trying to pick you up or anything like that, but a complete stranger, like if you would walk by and a guy was with his girlfriend, okay? So he's not trying to pick you up. And he just went, wow, nice back. Like.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. So that hasn't happened to me in a very long time because I'm a fat ass.
Homie says it all the time.
But, I have been, I have been training.
Yeah.
And I've been training specifically. I try to do arms and triceps twice a week. And I don't wear sleeveless shirts on the air anymore just because I just don't.
Yeah.
But I did have a sleeveless, like a sleeveless regular shirt on yesterday at the track because I was trying to get some color on my arms.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not really.
Rhett was doing the same thing.
And I really wasn't trying to,
I was blinding everyone.
I wasn't,
including the drivers.
I
That's
wasn't on camera or nothing, so I could care less, right?
Yeah.
So I went by and there was this guy and he didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And he was with his girlfriend. He goes, "Wow, nice biceps, look like telephone poles." And I went, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, whatever, buddy." But then I got in the water truck. I'm like, I started looking at my arms. I go, man, they don't look so bad. So man, I totally got I was on top of the world.
That's
yesterday.
cool. Yeah.
Honestly, it's so much better when you get complimented by the same sex.
Yeah.
Because they're not trying to. Well, most of the time they're not trying to bang you.
And by somebody that you don't know.
Right.
Like,
there's no benefit for them to
Right.
compliment you.
Right.
They just felt the need. They were compelled to stop you because you look so damn
He
good.
said, "Man, nice arms."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Whoa, for real? Thanks, man." And by the way, I missed the gym today. All right, so your house gets broken.
I come in, the door's ajar.
You just happen to have a trip planned, nonetheless.
Yes, at the end of the month, I was leaving like March 28th, and it was March 6th.
So you're 3 weeks out.
I'm 3 weeks out. I'm super excited. Tickets bought. Everything's set. Let's go. We're going to Africa, bitch.
Gonna be African.
Yes, going back to my father's homeland. I was so excited.
Will Wilson, $20 bill, y'all. Thank you so much, Will. So continue on.
So I come home, doors ajar, at which point I realize we've been robbed. And so I call the police. And by the way, it was the second time we were robbed in 2 weeks. So this was the kind of place I was living at.
Yeah.
We ended up moving shortly after.
And you're not even a gun person. Like, you weren't even dating Blitz at the time that could have blown a guy away.
Yeah, thankfully they didn't I forget which one's the burglary, which one's the robbery, but we weren't home both times we were robbed, I guess. Because one is when they, I guess, rob you and they have a gun there and they're
That's a far
intruder
more,
deal
yeah.
versus we're not home. This person obviously was a neighbor. They knew our patterns. They knew what car we drove. So they knew that both of me and my roommate at the time, who was, from China, Chinese refugee, knew we were both not there. So they decided to go in and grab some more stuff.
Crowbar Willie right through the door.
Yeah, it was bad. So it just... after we got everything sorted with the actual burglary and realized what was stolen and, made the report, talked to the front office and all that, I realized my passport was gone. And then I started to investigate what I needed to do. And it was just an absolute nightmare.
It's a shiz show.
Nightmare. I ended up getting my passport. Get this. Because I had to make an appointment. I couldn't just show up. I had to make an appointment.
Same with Merch Crick. She's had to make... Listen to this. Merch Crick had to get on the phone one morning within the same week of her travel.
Yeah.
And wait, they don't even start accepting phone calls till 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Then you have to get on the phone and you wait. They tell you how long you got to wait. Then they give you an appointment. You can't it's just such a. It's just I think it's even more harder than it was then.
Yeah. And here's the deal. I had an extra situation because my dumbass wasn't born in America. So they're just like, we'll just send your birth certificate. I was like, I'm foreign. I can't send you my birth certificate. That doesn't prove my citizenship. So they're like, we'll just send your passport. I'm like, are you listening
It's ripped
to me?
off.
It's stolen. So then my dad had to send an old passport from when I was 8 years old, and he sends it to the front office of, my ex at the time, because I didn't trust where I was living. So then I had an appointment for a certain day, right? But the front office to his apartment complex closed early. So my package, my passport was in there, but we couldn't access it. So I had to cancel the appointment I had planned.
And make another one.
And make another one, which was right before I was supposed to leave. So I ended up getting it 2 days before I was meant to leave to South Africa.
Yeah, by that
2
time, you're like, I am mentally drained. This trip
yes,
sucks.
Yes. And in that time, I also was going to work, getting in finding a new place to live, ending my lease by showing up there every day and causing a scene because they wanted to charge us $3,000 to break the lease. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So I threatened to talk bad about them on the air, and I showed up every day at the leasing office. And then when I started talking to the people that they were trying to convince to live there, I'm like, hey, don't live here. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like telling people the truth. They're like, come in the back office. So they grab me, they pull me in the back office.
Had a guy the size of Lummy with a baseball bat hit your kneecap.
Yeah, because they were all like, oh, we're working on it. So I just showed up and I'm like, hey, I wouldn't live here if I were you, blah, blah. I'm like, I wouldn't live here if I were you, da-da-da. So they pull me in the back office and they're like, what do you want?
Now, Blitz, if you lived at the apartment complex, okay, and you were, and Anna, did this place have a pool?
No.
Okay. All right, but needless to say, if you live at that apartment, you live there.
Yes.
You probably have access to inside the apartment complex.
Yeah, the office area,
the roads, the sidewalks.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards. If you were to set up a little chair outside the rental office, and just with a little umbrella, and everybody that walked in, you're like, hey, I just want to let you know that I've lived here for 9 months, and it's absolutely the worst ever.
I was like, I was robbed twice in 2 weeks. They didn't do anything. I don't think
they could trespass you.
I don't think so. You live there.
They'd have to start like an eviction process.
Yeah, that's what she wanted, though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And she wasn't asking for money. She just said, "Look, I just want to leave and have a clean break. Like I'll pay what I owe,
right?
But I'm not going to pay extra to leave."
Oh no, that's why they pulled you in the back and gave you what you wanted because
yes.
they knew they couldn't throw you out.
They pulled me in the back, and I talked to a woman I had not seen before. So before they were just kind of dicking me around a little bit, like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you. So then this blonde woman with kind of like a Karen haircut, she goes, "What do you want?" I go, I want to break my lease at the end of the month. I don't want to owe you a penny. And I explained my situation to her, and she's like, okay, fine. So I said, great.
But it took you being a real C word to get it done.
I said, and here's the thing. And then, actually, she didn't tell me that. She told me she would work on it. They gave me a call probably the next day. They said, listen, just get out by the end of the month. No problem.
And here's the important part.
I
What'd you
said,
ask for?
I want it in writing.
That's what everyone needs to do.
I said, don't, because I said, great, send me an official email. I want it in writing. Otherwise, it's no good because you could tell me I'm out and then suddenly you're coming after me. My credit goes to S, all that sort of stuff. I said, I want it in writing. They sent me in writing 5 minutes later, and I was like, woo! I felt like a superhero.
And that's where you moved, where you are today.
Yes, and then I actually moved back to where I am today because I left, and then I moved back in, got the apartment sorted. Now, mind you, I'm also dealing with detectives because they're trying to find this guy who robbed us because he's been robbing a bunch of people. So I'm talking to detectives, police, ending my new lease, finding a new place to live, going to like 2 or 3 jobs, still going to the gym, moving out of my place because I'm not sleeping there anymore because I'm scared I'm going to die, and dealing with my passport deal. And I did that all in 2 weeks. It was the most productive 2 weeks of my life.
That's why you're a bad bitch.
I am a bad bitch. And my roommate couldn't help because she couldn't speak English. So I'm doing this party one. They're like, what's your roommate's name?
When Anna said her roommate was a Chinese refugee, like, for real, that's what she was.
She was straight up. And they're like, what's your roommate's name? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, you don't know who you live with? And I go, sir, her name, she goes by Joey, and she's from China. They go, oh, okay. I'm like, it could be Xing Li, it could be Shang Hu. I don't know.
Could she literally, like, if you went, hey, Joey, how are you doing today?
She go, oh, yeah. Like, it was bad.
What? She
just go, oh, yeah.
Was she cute?
No.
Oh.
She was actually very unattractive.
Really?
She actually had to go back to China because her parents were freaking out.
Now,
she didn't have a husband, so they're like, we got to set you up with something.
Yeah, we got to get you set up for something. What was she doing here?
IT. They all were. I've had 3 roommates that were all from China, and they would just
now,
switch out.
I mean, are they IT mother effers? I mean, are they IT like?
Yeah. I lived with a girl named Scarlett.
Well.
And then
that's what she called herself.
That's why I'm doing quotes.
Right.
Scarlett.
Right.
And then I lived with her now husband, whose name was Chen.
Right.
And then I lived with their friend Joey. So anytime they would say, this is how I knew I was getting a new roommate. They go, my friend come to visit for a few days. I go, okay, we're switching lives. Cool. All right. No problem. I wouldn't have to change the lease or anything.
Their friend would come to visit. They would leave and just be gone.
They would literally switch lives because they would have to go back to China to renew the visa.
Oh.
So they would leave, do a little switcheroo, and I wouldn't have to change the lease or anything because, like, come on, please. It's like Chin Chu
and yeah,
Shang Li. It's like no one's going to know.
Is it Shang Li or Chin Chu?
Although my front office, the woman who deal with me at the front office probably thought I had like a kink or something because I was
No,
always
she
coming
probably
in
thought
with
you were human trafficking. She said, hey, you know that little bitch over there? She looks innocent, but she's a full-blown human trafficker. We don't know what she's got going. We don't know what type of they're doing.
She just keeps swapping out Asian people.
She's an IT headhunter.
Yeah,
and she's just bringing them in.
And it didn't help that
were they always so polite and
but it didn't help that none of them could speak English, so I was always speaking on their behalf.
Now,
so it really did look like human trafficking.
Establish some rules, like could you?
Oh, let me tell you, Bubs, Asians are the best.
That's what I've heard. They're so polite.
They keep to themselves. They're quiet. They stayed in their room. They didn't want anything to do with me socially. They just kept to themselves, and they're very quiet, very respectful, very clean.
I heard they like to cook spicy stuff.
Oh, Jesus. Well, the last one I had a little bit of an issue with. I went full Trump on her a little bit.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, you know how you got mad at Dan because he didn't tell you about work?
Right.
Well, imagine someone who lives with you is telling you.
Chinley.
Joey, please.
All right, Joey.
Joey didn't tell me that her parents and cousin would be staying with us for 6 weeks.
Hold on.
6 weeks.
Hold on. 3. She's bringing 3 to the fold.
Yeah. And it was a 2-1, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom.
Right.
With she wanted to tell me that her parents and her first cousin would be staying with us for 6 weeks.
I would have gone money. I mean,
Yeah.
And do you want to know when she told me?
When
she was driving to the airport to pick them up.
How did she say it?
So my family stay. I'm like, huh? My family stay for 6 weeks. I go, where? In my room. I go, no, they ain't. She go, my dad sleep on the couch. Is that okay with you? I go, absolutely not. What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe for a day or two, but not 6 weeks.
Maybe like a long 5-day deal. Like you get here on Friday, leave on Wednesday.
6 weeks.
Maybe six. Now,
6 weeks.
If
I said they better be out in tour. I'm telling the front office.
Yeah, I'm calling ISIS, Homeland Security.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Not ISIS. ICE.
Oh, I'm sorry.
ISIS is something
Hold on.
different.
Hey, ISIS might be able to handle the deal too now. But I mean, they're pretty efficient.
I just hope you don't have a direct line to ISIS.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm
calling ISIS.
Anna likes to tell a story about how they cooked some spicy food.
Oh my God! So one day they
see you like curry food.
No,
spicy.
Bubs, you don't understand. I don't know if they were making chili powder or something. I walked in the house and I started going blind. You've
been pepper sprayed?
It was vapor in the air.
You've been pepper sprayed?
Yes, I walked in and I'm like, I was screaming. Her mom's
you're usually over the top.
No,
you're
bitch.
over the top anyway, though.
No, this was the real deal. I could not sleep in my own place because my eyes were burning. It was so bad because her mom decided to and then they decided, they're like, oh, we'll give her, we'll shower her with gifts. And they were showering me with 50-cent Chinese trinkets. I go, I don't want any of this.
Now, Anna, what if they would have came down and laid down two $100 bills?
That would have been different.
Yeah, see?
No, so I started charging her more. I said, well, you're going to pay an extra $200 this month or something.
Yeah.
And she goes, I can't. I go, how about no negotiating, or I go tell the front office, not ISIS. The front office. She goes, okay, no problem. So rent was really cheap that month for me, which was good.
Right.
But I was pissed.
Now, had you come home and the house was immaculate, and your laundry was done and folded, and there were meals cooked that you liked.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's just say they could make a salad, but right.
I'm just saying. Now, were they clean people?
Yeah, they're clean. I mean, yeah, they're honestly, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but most of the time Asians are very clean. It's part of their culture, which I appreciate. Trust me. That was good.
And listen, I'm gonna have to go to words because I'll tease this, but I met an Asian guy yesterday at the track.
Whoa.
His name is
Was he lost?
Directions?
His name is Alex. He's 20 years old from Miami.
It's his real name.
And he's Asian, but he speaks as well as we do.
Mm.
And it was a very much breath of fresh air with regards to dealing with most 20-year-olds. He's 20.
Oh, okay.
He lives in Miami. He was born and raised in Miami. But he's full-blown Asian, like you can tell.
What nationality
You
do
can
you
tell?
know? Do you know?
No, I
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But and is it wrong for me to lump all Asians into the Asian category?
Well,
I mean, if I don't know, if I don't know the person's nationality, and I said I know he's Asian, I just don't know where from necessarily.
No, that's fine.
All right, so I'm in One-Eyed Billy's pickup truck, and we just got done filling the water truck, and we're going down to the middle of the track now, in between races. Because we're gonna need to have to water the track in between intermission there, and so we're filling the lighter of the two trucks up. Takes about 15 minutes, and we were trying to plan that. And me and Billy are headed back to the middle, and we get stopped by this Asian guy who has I should have taken a picture of him. Full blown blonde, like Billy Idol hair.
Oh,
well, bleached, obviously, right?
Yeah. Bleached, like
he's in a K-pop band.
I would say he's probably Korean.
with starter ear stretchers.
Oh,
you know when you
the
get
gauges?
Yeah, starter ones.
Yeah, the plugs.
Like maybe maybe you could maybe stick your not mine or Blitz's or Lummy, but maybe you could stick your pinky through it. Mm-hmm. Not our fatter pinkies.
I gotcha.
So he had that, and he specifically stops us and asks who the owner is.
Mm.
And yeah, I'll tell you about that conversation next.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
I can't believe that was 6 years ago today. What a coinky dink.
We can hear you.
Who's out there?
Fucking Blitz and Rhett. Yucking it up, making fun of Wiz Triz. Bill Gates' daughter ain't bad looking. Maybe actually.
No,
hold on, stand by.
Let him slip a little bit now.
She's not bad.
It's not great.
She's a gin, but she's cute. She's pulling her off. She's very pretty. I'm actually shocked. I'm shooketh. You gotta check out that new boat that Bezos got.
Do you have it?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
All right.
It's in the prep. Excuse me.
And welcome back to the fact.
It's a $500 million super yacht.
Any of my social media pages, you have seen this video of this DoorDash driver complaining about an $8 tip. Take a look.
You really took batteries? You really drove to Tarmac and you're in Smithtown? That's a 15-minute drive. It's not. You need to try to drive.
Yeah, that was
it. It's 40 minutes. It's 12.5 miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is. You guys think it's a big one. If you think it's that far. You don't want us to know how far.
Oh, I knew that was gonna come out. Did you guys hear that?
To make it right.
I know Blitz told you, but you fucking missed out, motherfucker.
You could use it earlier in the day.
Oh my god. Honestly, the best part for me was just the air conditioned room and the bathroom. It was the best.
The most in 2020, right? 2021. It feels like it's already kicked off. You really took batteries?
$8 tip. Take a look.
We finished the Murdaugh Netflix deal. It was actually pretty good. Pretty good. Jeff Bezos. Did you know this, the Dave Wills guy? Did you know who he was?
Yeah, the radio announcer.
Like, he was at the games, is that what it means? He wasn't like a on-the-air guy, right?
Huh? He was the play-by-play on radio.
Oh, on the radio. Okay, I didn't know if he was like the announcer.
No. She's talking about Dave Wills.
Who's Dave Wills?
The guy that fucking died.
Oh, was he an on-the-air guy or no?
Yeah, he was one of the two main guys for the radio. He's the play-by-play.
He wasn't wagging the wood, was he?
What does that mean?
The guy that used to go wagging the wood.
No. He started with the Rays, I believe, in like 2008.
Wow.
Maybe a little
He
earlier.
looks like he lost his neck somewhere. Poor guy. Was big. He was a big guy. Probably. Does it say how he died? He probably had like a heart attack.
He had a heart problem.
Yeah.
He got diagnosed with it last year. I think it was like diagnosed with like a fast heart or whatever it's called.
Yeah. A fast heart?
Yeah, like beats like 200 beats a minute or something.
Just because he has high blood pressure?
No, it's something with his electrical. It said like
it's an electrical issue.
Like it doesn't.
Like AFib or something.
Yeah.
If only Dan was here.
It would like shoot to 200 and stay at 200 and then drop way down.
Yeah.
And then, like stop and then.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I know my alibi. Lemmy told me about the HBO deal. We watched the Netflix one. Is the HBO ding dong? Is the HBO one just one documentary or is it like a docu-series?
It's just one.
It's just one deal. Where's this?
So around there.
You are cool. Baby, bring it over to my face. What's up, Cooper Lips? The listening fat. Nice name, jackass. Oh, that doesn't look good. Lithium-ion battery sparks 5 alarm fire. Ooh. Ooh.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com.
/BTLS.
Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't even know what we want or why we react the way that we do until we walk through some things with a professional. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist that can help you take that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are to where you need to be. And if you're thinking about starting online therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with your licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com
/BTLS.
/BTLS and get 10% off your first month. That's BETTERHELP.com
/BTLS.
Brian from Philly, Bubba Army for life, $100. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Brian from Philly. Love you. Seth Wiley. Seth, I actually think it's Will WILLEEY. Would that be Wiley?
David Wiley?
Yeah, he's quite the contributor. Thank you very much, Seth. Both on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. So, yesterday, One-Eyed Billy and I are in his truck, and we get stopped by this 20-year-old Asian kid who looks like Billy Idol. And he's a good-looking kid. You know, he's very well. Cash App, Jared. Oh, Solo Ford 2018, Lummy Gerald.
Hey, what's up?
100.
Nice.
Love you guys. If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be here. Thank you. Silver, that's a horn. It's horn worthy. And so the kid was smart. He was well-dressed for a racetrack, nonetheless. I mean, you know, Anna, you can just tell a person just within the first, 15 seconds as to maybe not necessarily their intellect level, but at least their ability to communicate, you know, and their forwardness. And you can just tell a lot about a person.
Sure.
And he walks up and says, "Hey, guys, do you know who where the track owner is?" And I go, "I am." And he goes, "Oh," and now he's standing on Billy's side. And he then says, "And what's your name, sir?" And Billy says, "I'm Billy." And then he then proceeds to walk over to my side of the truck. While instantaneously, as I'm sizing the guys up, thinking, well, that's pretty polite. Because a lot of people would just gravitate to the owner, and the guy that's with the owner doesn't really matter. So I thought that was kind of cool. He actually said, "Well, nice to meet you, Billy," and then came over to speak to me. Came over to my side of the truck. I recognized that. He goes, "Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm 20 years old, and and I noticed that out back." Now, he very observant. Now, about 5 years ago, I was going to open up a smaller sized go-kart track in the back. And I actually laid some drainage down for it and put some clay on it and got it. It looks cool. It's probably 50% done, but it's overgrown now.
And it's never been used.
And we did use it one time with some mini sprints, but it would have to be day races only, and it just would require me to be up there more. And it could probably really be a good moneymaker if I was to have completed. And quite frankly, it wouldn't really take that much to complete it. It would take a couple weekends of me and Billy and maybe Alex. And I could get it done, and maybe I will do that this summer. I don't know. It's certainly one of my 4,526 projects, 4,200 of which are involving this building. But anyway, that being said, he did recognize that there was a smaller track out back, and he said, "I noticed I was looking around here, which most racers don't." They just have blinders on and they go to their little pit stall, do their stuff, race on the track, and come back. They don't really pay attention as to any of the infrastructure we have there, which I wouldn't either. And he goes, "I noticed you have an unfinished, smaller track in the back." Sarah Tanner. Thank you for being my favorite radio, people. Thank you, Sarah Tanner.
That's new money.
That's new money, and that's on the Cash App. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal app, The Bubba Army. And Sarah Tanner is one. Her little icon looks like she's very attractive.
Oh.
And thank you for the contribution, for helping us keep the show on the air.
God bless.
So he goes, I go, "Well, we do have a track in the back." He goes, "Is there anything I can do to help get that track finished?" He said, "I'll do anything." I said, well, hold on. "Where are you from?" He goes, "Well, I live in Miami and I'm a bartender."
That's a hell of a drive.
Right. And I go, and he goes, I said, "Well, do you know how to work any heavy equipment? Do you know how to run a grader? Do you know how to run a front end loader? Do you know how to run a skid steer?" And he goes, "Nope." And I said, "Well, that's what it's going to take to finish that out back. And it's also going to take me or this guy being there to oversee that. And he goes, I understand. And so the Alex guy goes, I understand that. He goes, listen, here's what I got going on. I work about 50 hours a week bartending in Miami, and I'm moving to Gainesville to go to school. And this seems to be probably the closest dirt track to Gainesville. And I'm interested in this sport, this flat track motorcycle sport. And he said, it seems like he goes, I have a bike, but I've never done any flat track. And, I've not, listen, having a KTM or a Honda 450, dirt bike, everybody's got one of those, but not all of them. Most of them are for going over supercross or motocross or just trail riding or just whatever. Very few people own, those type of dirt bikes that are specifically interested in flat tracking. It's a very small niche of dirt biking.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not, you can, the only difference is your rear your tires. From the 450, from the 4-stroke 450 that you go to Barney's Honda and buy, the only difference that would take that motorcycle into a flat track is that you're going to take those big knobby tires off that are used to, go and put more, slicker side treaded tires on.
Yeah.
And they make a few. I mean, obviously the really, really, like Blitz Red Bull had a professional team there. So there's a lot of money in it. It's corporately. And the big, they got all, like, they use, like, for instance, our buddy DJ from Pro Actions. And he, all of them have suspension work. Like, they're not going to, if you're going to set your bike up for either supercross or motocross or even flat track, and it's very shock and suspension specific. So if you're really going to get into it, you just can't take the stock forks and shocks that you get from the factory. You're going to have to make a lot of alterations on that. But that being said, he's like, I'd like to get into the sport. I'm really, really interested, and I'll do anything it takes. I said, well, in order for us to get to backtrack, I said, when you moving up here? And he said, I should be moving up here, in the next 60 days, and then I'm going to start school, the summer session in Gainesville. And
at UF?
At UF.
Or I don't know if there's a CC there or something.
Yeah, UF.
Santa Fe.
No, you know what? That's where he's going.
Santa Fe.
He's going to Santa Fe, and he's going to live like north of Ocala, kind of near the track.
Okay.
And here's what he said.
Ooh.
He said, I'll do anything. I'll work. I want to work, and I'll work for free if you just give me an opportunity to use the track. When I get my bike, I'll either help finish the back. And I said, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna involve having a shovel in your hand and picking up rocks. Since you don't know how to run any equipment, I could eventually teach you how to run some equipment.
Yeah, you don't want to just give someone the keys to the equipment that don't know how to use it.
Exactly. And Blitz, here's the deal. Old timer wise, you try to run a guy off.
Sure.
Like, I'm gonna work his ass off. And he's like, listen, I know that I will, he said, I don't expect to get paid. But I'll be here every weekend that you need me to work. He said, I'll paint walls, I'll shovel, I'll dig it, whatever you need.
That's amazing.
And I was just like, and then I said, okay, I got his number. He has my number. And I said, when you get situated in wherever you're going to live up here, I said, do you have reliable transportation? Yes, I do. And he said, during the week I bartend. I said, well, we're not up here during the week anyway. We're here. All the improvements or things that we do to the track are all weekend related.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, listen, I want to reemphasize to you. And he was very well versed on it. Like, he was like,
I believe it.
I don't expect to get paid. I just want an opportunity so that when I have worked hard enough for you, that we've either finished that back track and I can start practicing on a smaller track, or I could start practicing on your bigger track. So we left. I turned to Billy and I said, when's the last time we had a 20-year-old come up to us and said, I want to work?
Right.
I want to work.
That's impressive.
And I was just like, wow. So Blitz, the next time I have a race, I'm going to have him there.
Cool.
And guess what he's going to do? pick up rocks.
Hell yeah.
$5 a bucket?
No, free.
For free.
Free.
Even better.
When is your next race other than today?
We're actually coming up with that schedule in the next 2 weeks. We're looking at everybody else's schedule, and then we kind of cherry pick.
Sure.
We're like, we don't need a race, once a month. We need a race once every 6 weeks, and we're going to kind of cherry pick when it makes more sense. Yeah, like let's say East Bay, Volusia, and Alltech are not running open wheel modifieds. Then we'll run modifieds.
Makes sense.
And there's the sprints aren't running. Well, then we'll put sprints on there as well. So we should have a schedule here. Go to BubbaRacewayPark.com or our Facebook in the next 10 days or so. But what a breath of fresh air.
How long, if you were to put time on it, how long do you think it would take with the help that you have to make that backtrack, the go-kart track, usable?
And me and Billy and I, with Alex's help, could get it done in 3 weekends.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a 6 month deal.
Oh, no. We could get it done in 3 Friday, Saturdays.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that would be obviously with some help from Sunbelt. Oh,
sure.
Oh, Lummy, did you find that?
Yeah, I was trying to send it to you so that people were asking what it looked like. Kind of like what you did.
Let me see here.
Or what it looked like.
All right. So here's the big track.
The avocado.
That's the avocado, the pregnant D. That's the big track. And then I cut in this little track in the back here.
It's crazy how we noticed that.
Yeah, and now...
Well, if you go out there, it's very noticeable.
Well, I mean, but if you're driving by...
Though. No, hold on. You have to be on property, Anna, and actually walk back here because now it's way more grown up.
Well, he was there for the races, right?
Right.
Yeah, so he was already there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought he was like driving by.
No. You can't. You could not ever see it from the road. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, Blitz, to be honest with you, he probably pulled a Google Map up. He probably, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's so grown up now that you really, if you don't know it's back there, you...
Yeah, but if you go back there at all, and you're like, oh, what's this? And you kind of go up there and you explore, actually look.
Yeah,
then
when you had your 4-wheeler, I think you probably drove up there a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you could see that there's some kind of remnants or the start.
You can tell there's something going on over there.
Right, that's now grown up.
Yeah.
So this would be a great little go-kart track. And this guy's interested. So with his help, he may be, again, the way I can tell Anna if he is really a man of his wants to work is I'll give him a shovel and have him get all of the dirt off of the wall in turns 1 and 2, which you have to shovel by hand, which is the most back-breaking job ever. I'll have them do that one weekend. That would take an entire weekend to shovel. You got to shovel the entire top of this wall.
Oh.
It would take at least 2 days.
For one person to do that?
For one person to do that. That will be his first weekend.
Okay.
And then his next weekend would be to pick rocks up on the track. And then we have this over here, we have this big, as you can see, we have like this material that we big pile of it, like right there, that we get a dump trailer and then we use that material and put on the big track to replace the material, and that has a ton of rocks in it. So I'll be laying material down. Billy goes and gets some material, lays it down, then I spread it with the grader, and then he'd have to come and pick up the rocks. That'll be the next weekend, and then on the third weekend we would start working on
the go-kart track.
On the go-kart track.
Okay.
And after, 2 months of free labor, then if he was still sticking around, first of all, we would have the backtrack done, and I would tell him, bring your motorcycle, and I would get some kind of insurance waiver from him,
Sure,
from Tom, and,
have at it.
And practice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
I hope it works out. I have a good feeling about this kid.
And, but that would be... Blitz, if he worked 4 straight weekends of just straight busting his ass, 10-hour days, then that would be he would be worthy.
And he doesn't get paid, but he gets something out of it. He gets to use the track.
Right.
So
What a good kid, too. So anyway, this is from, and you're talking, now, there's not a lot of radio people that can talk as a fellow DoorDasher.
From experience.
I'm a DoorDasher. I did it for about maybe Blitz, 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
And the merch crick and I, sometimes like on a Friday night, would get in the smart car and I'd just start DoorDashing. And it's, listen, I DoorDashed one time by myself, and I quickly realized I can't DoorDash by myself because it requires me to get my fat ass out of the car and run up to the door.
There's no dashing.
And yeah, there's
barely any dooring and not a lot of dashing.
And so listen, when you DoorDash, you got to go to the restaurant, pick up the food, which requires you to go inside. They don't let you drive.
What a hassle.
You got to go in there, and they have all major restaurants have like a DoorDash like lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do now. Yep.
Yeah, and you go to the lane, and it usually will have the person's last name or the order number, on it, and it's stapled. They have to staple it, like that's DoorDash protocol, and which also ensures the fact that.
Or they like a big sticker over it.
Yeah. Just something that kind of shows that your food's not been tampered with. I think that's very important. Because nobody wants, because a lot of times you'll see stories where people have gotten into some guy's fries or something like that.
Yeah. There's a guy on like Instagram and TikTok. He'll go to like McDonald's, and pick up a DoorDash and then order whatever the same thing is. And he'll walk up to the people on video eating like fries. He'll take a bite of the sandwich. You go, this isn't bad. And they hand it to him. And they flip out, and he goes, I'm just kidding. I got your real one right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So when you DoorDash, you kind of figure out, like, really, you got to stay within, like, 5 to 7 miles in order for it to be efficient and for you not to get killed, like, waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
And so... But nonetheless, when I was DoorDashing, I had the merch crick and I had it down. I should actually start videotaping me. Listen, I don't, I could use the money, but and Howard jobbed me out and everybody else has jobbed me out. But listen, I mean, I made like, $80, $90 on a Friday.
It says
for just
Dashers
a couple hours, right?
Nationally earn $25 per hour for their work, including 100% of the tips.
So but I had it gamed out too, buddy. I would pull up to the restaurant in the smart car, which is the most gas efficient thing that I have. And Blitz, that was before or whatever the hell, SOS Tire Rick fixed it.
Oh yeah, you'd have no AC.
Well, remember it would overheat.
Oh, overheat. Oh, that's right.
Now it will not overheat. Like I've driven it around even like, at stoplights. Remember, it would be okay until you go to a stoplight, and
then because the fan wouldn't kick on.
Right now, it's fine. So I gamed the DoorDash system as I would pull up to the restaurant. Merch Crick I'd make her run in there, grab their food. So I never had to get out of the car. then we would drive it to the person's place, and she would run it up to the door. Boom. I would actually try to, unlike probably most lazy ass DoorDashers, I would try to get it there as fast as I could.
Yeah, that's the word. The name Dash is in the name.
I know, but Like I literally would be like, well, when it comes up on your menu if you're a DoorDasher, you have a whole different interface and menu. It shows you the orders that need picked up, how far they are, and how large the order is. So you can pick and choose, and like an order will come up on your screen, and it'll say, "Do you want this order or not?" And you can deny it.
Okay.
Say no, I don't want it.
Yeah, if it's only like a $10 order or something.
Yeah, $10 order, and it's like
versus like a $200 order.
Away.
Well, the more importantly, it's the distance.
Right.
So because you're automatically setting yourself up for failure, because if it's a long distance, it's going to take longer to get there, and it's going to make the consumer mad.
Mm-hmm.
And then it lets you know, Blitz, when the order was placed and how long it's been in queue. So you take that in consideration, too.
Yeah.
Like if there's been one in queue for 20 minutes and nobody's picked it up, well, that guy's mad as a hornet by the time you get it there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different ways. So I had it down. Well, this woman here's stupid. She picked up an order that was 12 and a half hours.
That's a far
you have to go and get a portable microwave and heat it for him. It was 12 and a half miles. It took her 40 minutes.
Actually, it didn't.
It didn't?
No. I listened to the video, and it was only 5.5 miles away. It took her 12 minutes.
And okay, well, they gave her an $8 tip.
Which is great.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, usually most tips on DoorDash are between $5 and $8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's about what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, great. No big deal. Probably took me 15 minutes of my life. I made I think DoorDash gives you like a $2 deal. They give you instantaneously get like $2.
Mm-hmm.
And if they gave you 8, that's 10. It took you 15 minutes. What big deal? Well, this bitch here, she goes to drop off this person's big deal. Oh, hold on, that's me. That's a
myself.
Oh, sorry, myself on a myself. So this door, I would come unglued if some bitch hold my food hostage.
I'd let her go. She's crazy.
So she's ringing the doorbell, and she's pleading her case nonetheless. This is the DoorDasher, the woman dropping the food off to this person.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I'm assuming, the person's ring, right? This is their ring. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Ring camera.
Do you realize you ordered from Carmack and you're in Smithtown?
That's a 15-20-minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes. It's
Now, Anna, have they gone now and since refuted, like went back and
yeah,
got
at least
the data?
The video that I saw, it showed the actual distance and the amount of time it would have taken her.
10.5 miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is.
So why do you accept the pickup if you think it's that far?
See, and so the consumer knows that you don't have to pick it up.
Yeah, why'd you accept it?
Right, if you accepted it, big deal.
They don't let us know how far, so I think you need to adjust your tip.
Man, I'm sorry. I don't have the ability. I can get here on the radio and beg for money all day because I think I'm giving you something. And I think, I don't think there's a lot of options for you to have this good of radio other places. That's the whole premise of our business, is that we're good. Everything else sucks for the most part. You like us. We like you. You give us money. We're like we're like radio pole dancers, if you will. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to. You don't have to give us money. You don't have to do nothing.
And if you don't, it's not like we're going to take the show away from you.
Yeah, it's not going to sound like we're going to take the show away from you. But those that give. We're out there. We're like that Salvation Army guy that's out there ringing the bell outside of Walmart. You don't have to, throw a couple quarters in there, but some people do.
But if you throw enough quarters, you get to come to a kick-ass weekend of partying.
If you throw enough quarters in there, baby, you get a ring. You get a kick-ass weekend of partying. You get to become famous. The whole 9 yards.
Maybe even a bus behind me.
Yeah.
To make it right.
How much is the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
Which, my
That's
Lord.
pretty damn good.
And they have, if you look at your DoorDash back end, the people that are, working it, they'll have, if it's a heavy time, they'll have like a $3 impact or a $4 pickup fee, and a lot of times when I was DoorDashing, near my apartment wouldn't be anything. It'd be just straight. But up in Carrollwood or South Tampa would be like a $3.50 impact, Willie. So I would just drive down there, and because they didn't have enough drivers down there, so they'd automatically give you like a $3 pickup fee.
Let me ask you this, because I've since forgotten. I've only used, what's the other one? Not DoorDash, but Uber Eats.
Uber
right?
Eats, yeah.
Yeah, I used it only 2 or 3 times when I had COVID the first time.
Right.
Do you have to give the tip before the food arrives?
No.
Right? So it could be pending, so you could not know what you're going to make until hours later.
But sometimes you can. So this guy just threw in the $8 tip before.
Which is crazy, because I would only tip after.
But you can also then add, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He threw an 8 just before he even got the food.
Right.
Can you take away 6?
I don't know. I think you can. I think you can.
You can lower it now.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave it $8.
Okay, I'm going to bring the food back.
Joining us now here on the...
Oh, yeah, then some guy and this.
Well,
this
it
is
looks like they've
these people.
changed it since this story, DoorDash, because this is from 2021, and I guess in 2022 they've changed it now where drivers can actually see, because before they couldn't see how far they had to go and different.
When I did it, it showed you how far it was and the approximate travel time. Like if they throw like a GPS.
Yeah, they changed it. That story is from 2021, so they changed it since then.
But
not that story. I'm saying that video.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
Bubba
that's
did it
what-
back then, though.
According to what I was reading on, because I was wondering when they changed
I
it.
never had a bad experience ever. I never, and I mean, I probably DoorDashed for a couple months, probably maybe 10 total times. I never had, the only bad experience I ever had was not anybody's fault, but that was like having to run it up to the 13th floor of one of the Bank of America building and trying to find parking downtown and, running it up the elevator and then like that was, but that's not the consumer's fault, or that's not even DoorDash's fault. That's just, a lawyer on the 13th floor wanted, I mean, like that's what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
But, finding parking downtown at 2:30, sometimes, Blitz, I would do it after the show for lunch. And that's really busy, especially in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's door. Then I tried to game the system one time and it didn't work. But Tara said, "Hey, listen, I'm catering in. I think she was pizza or something, but it was an easy one. It was like 10 pizzas from the Domino's on Kennedy, right?" So
I called Tom and got a deal.
No. So I called Tom and I got the pizzas for free and I charged Tara $200. So Tara, let's just keep it off DoorDash. We'll just do it.
So you should have done.
On the table.
But I sat in Tara's parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she DoorDashed. She put the order in, and for some reason, some dude driving by, I was in Tara's parking lot. Some dude driving by got it before I did. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. But I might start doing it again just for content.
It's pretty good content.
I mean, I might just start doing it again for content.
I might start doing it again for some extra cash.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, since COVID's no longer COVID, supposedly it's not near like as good for the drivers as it used to be.
No, I mean, I don't think so either, but
because before everyone was using it, and then
Yeah,
they ran
like-
out of money.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
one,
it's expensive.
everybody was rich and nobody could go out, and everybody was using it. Now everybody can go out.
And back then, not many people had used it, so like they had a lot of the, your first DoorDash, you get $20 off or whatever. So people have already used all that.
Yeah, I'll probably do it. Listen, I gotta be honest with you. I really value my Friday nights. Just getting all drugged up and going to bed.
You do that every night.
I mean, listen,
Just get drugged up and do Uber Eats.
Can you imagine?
There you go.
I'd forget where I'm supposed to be.
You fall asleep at the wheel.
Fall asleep.
Just start eating
Smart
their
car
food.
drives through the Jimmy John's window.
Oh no!
You go to the wrong department multiple times. You're viral for that.
I will tell you
Banging on the
this.
door.
That'd be
One
great
of
content.
one of the things that kind of got me off of it is you can't you can't necessarily determine the area you're going to. I don't know Tampa like and I got into some pretty shady areas.
There's a few.
And
yeah,
like south of Gandy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Was it south of like Pasco?
No, like Dale Mabry, south of Gandy, it gets pretty shady.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yep.
And to the right, South Dale Mabry, south of Gandy,
Getting close to the
west,
base.
west.
Yeah, so like almost that Port Tampa area.
No, Port Tampa is
It's getting better.
No, this would be west. Yeah, this would be west.
Is this close to the base?
Yeah, close to the base, but to the right of the base is it gets a little sketch.
Yeah, I think you drive the smart car through, let's say, East Tampa, I think would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Put the lights on at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
Kind of like north of Ybor there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. VM Ybor,
No,
East
I'm done.
Tampa.
I'm done.
Where they're just numbered streets.
I'll just take $80 less and watch Yellowstone when it returns.
Hopefully it doesn't get canceled.
Are they? Hold on. Are they?
Whoa.
I don't know. There's always rumors that because Kevin Costner
is being
a real dick.
Yeah.
And they're saying that they may just end the whole entire series of Yellowstone and just go to something totally different. That's what the rumor is.
Well, because he was like scheduled to shoot for 30 days, and then he turned it down to 10. Now he wants it like for 3.
Yep.
Now he wants to be there for like 42 minutes to shoot the whole deal.
Pretty much. He's going to ruin our whole show.
The guy that I like the most.
Yep.
He's not being very Dutton-like, is he not?
Not at all.
He's being a dick.
Yeah, he's being a real dick.
Hope that Irishman taked him out. Remember that crazy Irishman on 1923?
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many hit franchises this Tyler Sheridan has.
Oh, he's writing everything now.
My God, it seems like everything on TV that's good is written by him. And he's just a regular dude. He was a struggling actor in L.A. and became wrote, I don't know what his first thing that he wrote, but he's got what? He's got 1883, 1923, Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingston, and about maybe 10 others that he's written. This Tyler Sheridan guy.
Is he making any money?
I mean, let me
It says
ask.
his net worth is worth $15 million, but
That's just probably because, you know why, Blitz? Because probably Yellowstone and all these things have not got into syndication. You know that when Yellowstone finally ends, they're going to just syndicate the hell out of it. Everybody and their brother is going to. Right now, it's exclusive to Paramount Plus.
It'll be on MeTV here soon.
No, but like Netflix or Hulu or somebody will cut a big deal. I mean, it was just too popular to keep it on Paramount Plus.
No, this guy should be.
Plus, how many? There's only a certain amount of people that have Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So there's really only a certain amount of people. I mean, Yellowstone is the number one, I think, most streamed show in the history of streaming just on that little sliver of Paramount Plus. Can you imagine if Hulu bought some rights to it and, Amazon Prime bought rights to it and Netflix bought rights to it and HBO?
Mm-hmm.
So if Tyler Sheridan's worth 15 now, wait 5 years from now, he'll be worth, I don't know, 400 million.
And he's still writing more too. That obviously the 6666 one's coming out.
Yeah, he's probably over Kevin. Kevin's Costner.
Yeah, well, that's supposedly a lot of people are just over it.
They're all rumors too. What's the latest? I got to go into words, so I'm not too far late. But what's the latest on Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers is supposed to give a decision. He's supposed to give a decision this week.
And the latest on Brett Favre is, I heard his lawyer said they are going to sue Pat McAfee into bankruptcy.
Correct.
And what was McAfee's response to that?
Bring it on.
Bitch.
He said, I'll see you in court. Yeah.
I am a guy that has said that a few times, and sometimes that doesn't work out too good for you.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Oh my God, Bubs, I got the Dodge so bad.
What'd you train?
Well, we went to the Grand Prix, so we walked around a bunch, then I came home and decided to do a 15-mile bike ride.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked.
Like with a real bike, no offense.
Oh, man.
With a real bike. Bubba's bike is real.
Mitch Lucerini. Tyler Sheridan also wrote The Sons of Anarchy.
I thought he just acted in it. I don't think he wrote it. I think he just acted in it.
Oh, my God. Adam Nilsson. Adam Nilsson. $1,000.
Whoa!
Who the fuck needs Twitch?
Adam Nilsson.
Is that new money?
I think that's new money.
Oh my God, I gotta make a big fucking deal about this.
CP3, Adam Nilsson. Getting that Bart by the end. Yeah, I need more cosign. Thank you, Adam Nilsson. You like Tulsa King? Skip. Kicking ass. What's up, Big Arms 101? Willis. Like Bruce Willis? What you mean for is, aren't you supposed to be getting your boat ready? On YouTube looking for your channel still. Three. Please, yeah, that's right. Get on there, get that thumb in. Let's get to 1,000 too. We're close. Let's see, leaders. Land trade. Just want it all. Of course, still speculation. What's up, Halo Flies? Mark Jones. I don't know, Mark Kelly. Let's see.
Yellow.
Morning, Nick the Gun Guy.
Nick the gun guy. He's a guy with a gun. Oh,
Morning, Turkish Turkish Nerd. What's up, Dan Wiz? Little Overs Afterburst, good morning.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Some interesting developments over the break. Of course, Sarah. What was her last name? I just had it here. Sarah Tanner? Was it Sarah Tanner?
Chandler?
Hold on here. I got it. All right. Yeah, Sarah Tanner. That's new money. Thank you from the Cash App. Venmo, of course, the old reliable Mitch Lucerini from 98 Rock in Charleston. Melissa Carpenter came in with her standard 100. Love her. By the way, Melissa, I did take 50 of your 100 and bought a Millionaire for Life $50 scratch up in Ocala and videotape myself.
Awesome.
Doing that. I'll have it up. I'll have it edited and ready to go for Rhett. I'm not going to tell you the outcome of that.
Well, you're still here, so I thought it was the $1 million a year for life.
True. Now, here's my biggest oh wow moment, and with a very large horn. And it's from what I can gather, new money.
New money.
It came from Venmo and Adam Nilsson, Nilson, which I've never heard of before. $1,000 on Venmo and says, "Who needs Twitch, bitch?"
Oh.
Thank you. You know, you're almost halfway to BARP already, buddy.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, buddy.
God bless.
Thank you, Adam. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App at the Bubba Army. The new Lummy hats will be in on the 13th, whatever's left. I don't know that there's that many left. We pre-sold them. I usually don't like to pre-sell if I don't have them in hand, and I thought that the manufacturing would be a little quicker. But needless to say, there was a large order ahead of us. So they will be shipped on the 13th. So be patient with me. And then right thereafter will be the Blitz Black Flex Fit Poseidon black camo with gray stitching.
Awesome.
I did order more of those. There'll only be a one run, but I ordered about double what I usually do on that.
Perfect.
Also some koozies that are coming out as well. Hopefully all that by the end of this month. Lummy hats, again, ship. If you've bought one, the thin blue line ones, they ship on the 13th, 14th. I guess somebody asked Jill Biden or asked her, or would she suggested that Joe take a competency test, and she said that was absolutely ridiculous.
Of course it is.
He doesn't need it.
You know what I would do, though? I mean, maybe it's not a good precedent. It's probably strategically and politically better to ignore that. But if you could do one privately and nail it, don't you think that would be like a real way to shut a bunch of people up?
Well, you would think that, but I believe Trump did it, and it didn't really shut anybody up.
Well, but Trump wasn't near.
But all the media back in 2018 were saying that he had mental problems and wasn't fit for presidency.
Okay, so once he nailed it, then it certainly then went away, right? Because there's no.
Well, then it was just like he's a tyrant.
Okay, that's great.
Well,
what test is there a test for that?
No.
Well, but they said, the doctor probably didn't give him.
I'd like
they kind of said it was rigged.
I mean, I'd like. Joe should go do one privately and see what a competency test what it inquires.
He might have.
He might have already done that.
Yeah,
and said,
you're right.
Let's not do it.
First Lady Jill Biden on Sunday said it was ridiculous to consider GOP presidential hopeful Nikki Haley's call to mandate a mental competency test.
Let's see if you were able to get this video.
For polls over 75, suggesting that President Biden would never take one. Is this the Nikki Haley deal, or is this a competency test?
Nikki Haley calls for the competency test. I can't even say it. And Jill Biden says it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I've messed it each time.
Yeah.
Competency.
Okay, so you're having issues with that video too.
What? Well, I'm having issues in life, Anna. Let's just not try to make it a video only thing.
Okay, sorry.
How do you
competency. Honestly, I had it, and then you said it wrong, and then it messed me up.
Well, now it's my fault. Okay, great.
Yeah,
thanks.
sorry, but I mean it is. Yeah.
Competency.
Let
me say it.
Competency.
Oh Jesus.
How do you say it?
You said it right.
Competent.
Yeah, you guys have been saying it right now.
Competency.
It just is so awkward that it feels like you're not saying it right. Right?
Competency.
Yeah.
Competency.
All right, I think it's playing. But
Weighing in on a new GOP campaign proposal. Nikki Haley.
I like to. Seems like I've been having good results blitz with playing these for a few seconds, stopping them, monologuing them, not letting them play more than maybe 10 seconds, and then stop. I think their algorithm. I think you gotta.
Yeah, you got them.
Well, no, I don't got them. They got me. They solidly got me. Joke's on me on everything. Stand by.
One of the Republican candidates is calling for mental competency tests for those politicians over the age.
That bitch stuttered.
Even the bitch from CNN had a little
competency.
Right.
Yes.
She really did.
Yep. She tripped.
For those politicians over the age, for mental competency tests for those politicians over the age of 75. What do you think about that?
Ridiculous.
Anything else?
Would your husband ever take one of those?
I mean, we haven't even discussed. We would never even discuss something like that.
You know why?
Yeah, because you can't hold a conversation.
Because he wouldn't know what you're talking about.
What a horrible answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, first of all, how many other presidents over the age of 75 have had to take them? None. And the people, if they don't think that he's competent enough to do the job, will make that decision in about a year. Right, in a year and a half. What is it? October 2020, November of 2024 is the actual physical election, right? November of 2020.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how you answer that. It's ridiculous because nobody else is, and we've had some presidents that within a few years of Joe, my beautiful husband, and the voters of the Americans will make that decision for us November of 2024.
Or you say something like that he doesn't need it because he's always had a stutter. Because I've seen people say that before.
And he has.
That if you look at stuff from the 90s or the 80s, that he had a kind of a problem speaking, a little bit of a stutter. So she could just kind of harp on that and go, listen, that has nothing to do with competency. That's just, he's always had a stutter, and that's something that he has to deal with.
Now Trump is 76, and what's Joe right now?
80.
Oh.
November 20th, last year he turned 80.
So he'll be 81.
In November.
In November of 2023.
Correct.
He'll be 82 in November of 2024.
Right after the election.
And if he, in November, what is his birthday?
It's November 20th.
Right. So if reelected, he'll be 83 years old.
He would be, I believe...
How old is he now?
He'd be 82 if he gets
he'd be
reelected.
82.
Yeah, he'd be 82.
But then he would be out like 86 if he won a second term.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, 86. I mean, really.
He would die. He just got a cancerous thing removed. Apparently everything's fine, but
I think in order to be the president, you need to be between the ages. I think the youngest is 35.
Correct.
I do think they have that. So
yes.
I think between 35 and 75.
I mean, if you took a competency test and you're fine at 80, like, I don't know if I really see an issue with it, but
oh man,
but you can't be like, pooping your pants.
Yeah, I mean, like I think like 50s is like the sweet spot.
Oh yeah,
you've done enough, you've seen enough, you're old enough to know. But
that would be ideal.
Yeah,
that would be ideal. But
late 50s, early 60s is nice.
That's nice.
That's sweet.
You're worldly enough. You've made your mistakes.
Yep.
But you don't have to hear everything twice. You don't have to, not every response, your first response is, huh?
Right. Well, some of that's,
And be able to walk up Air Force One stairs.
Right.
Because he tripped over the weekend, I believe, too.
Oh, again? Yeah. Another time?
Going up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Another time from Another time from the other 5 we've played?
Yeah, but they always say that there's a lot of wind. This one wasn't as bad. Yeah.
Wind?
The press secretary said there was a large gust. I think
wind? It was a gust, Bubs.
What's Joe? 6'2"? Well, let me ask
Was
Alexa.
6'2", maybe.
Hey, Alexa, how tall and how much does Joe Biden weigh?
Joe Biden weighs 158 pounds and is 6 feet tall.
158? That's
no way.
Skinny.
Is he?
Man, you know who we saw this weekend who was really skinny?
Oh God.
David Letterman.
Oh, he looked terrible.
Yeah,
he's 6 feet, by the way.
He was so skinny.
Did he have his beard?
Oh yeah,
but he looked like he was walking like Joe Biden.
Yeah, he looked
How old is he?
bad. Like 80 probably. Let's see.
Hey, I'll ask her. Hey, Alexa, how old is David Letterman?
David Letterman is 75 years old.
Well, he looks
75 years old.
104.
Was he available to approach Blitz, or was he behind the wall? Or
he was not behind the wall, but I wouldn't say available to. He was just walking down pit road, and we were there.
Well, he had
I wish I
a
would've
couple
seen him.
security guys, but still.
He had a Joe Biden that was like,
Yes.
move it along.
Yes.
He didn't have a Joe Biden hat on, did he?
No. He had a Jill Biden.
Jill Biden moving
He
him
had
along.
he had a late like when I don't know
Like
if
a
it was
handler?
like his girl, but yeah, she
Handler,
was
yeah.
Like a media handler?
yeah.
Something like that?
I mean, it could have been his wife.
What does David Letterman's wife look like? And wasn't she super young? And they had Harry. Didn't they have a little boy named Harry? And then during the time when he had that secret loft at NBC, and he would blast interns, she almost left him, but they stayed together. I think so.
Maybe his wife now is 62.
All right. What's her name?
Regina
Lasco. Michelle Cook is his ex. Oh, they were married a long time ago.
Who did he have? Okay, here we go.
The current wife.
This is his current wife, right here.
Yeah, Regina Lasco.
Oh, what a pig.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
for David Letterman, what?
That's
hey
pretty
Alexa, how much is David Letterman worth?
All right.
David Letterman is worth an estimated $400 million.
I'm with you on this one, Bubba.
Thank you,
His
Blitz.
annual base salary is $50 million.
All right, Alexa, thanks. Blitz, you're worth $400 million.
Yeah.
Let's say, because they always get it wrong, let's say he's worth $200 million. But I know he's not. I know David Letterman probably is worth $400
Even
million.
if he's worth $50 million.
I don't care. You're right. I think we could all agree that he's at least worth over 100.
Yeah, you're
okay,
right.
if you're worth $100 million, man, I got me a 35 to 40-year-old goddamn dime piece, jacked up boobs, just hot as absolute hell.
When did they get
Call
married?
me shallow. Call me, whatever. It's my life.
That's
I want to
her
have
son?
a hot young.
They got married in 2009.
Yeah.
And when did she have that kid? When she was like,
I don't
50?
know. She looks horrible.
Yeah, she doesn't look good.
Dave, you're you're David Letterman, buddy.
He was born 2003, so
The kid was?
20.
that's what it said. It looks like he's.
That means a year younger than Tyler. So he's probably 20.
And they got married in 09. Is it her kid?
Yeah, it says it is.
Ew!
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's her kid.
Look! I mean, David, did you marry your mom?
Oh, gosh.
For real? And did she just eat grape jelly before? She got grape jelly teeth. I mean, if you're worth $400 million, bitch, I got the best teeth known to man. I don't make, I make $35,000 a year, and my teeth are on point, bitch.
Oh, it just goes.
I mean,
So you just saw poop on
she
your
working
shirt.
at a maple syrup plant and sucking the syrup. My Lord.
He did come out in an interview. Said he's never been happier with his family.
I'd be having I'd have a loft and an intern program as well. My Lord. Now who's this?
Now she looks not so bad,
That's
right?
not even
That's
David
not even
Letterman.
her. That's not even her. These are Letterman lookalikes.
Lookalikes.
I think Letterman lookalikes.
Yeah, I think it was his wife that he was with. I'm looking at her now.
Oh man.
You mean yesterday?
Yeah, I'm looking at the video I took.
Man, David Letterman, fellow Hoosier, by the way.
She's a young 62.
Ball State University.
64.
Sigma Chi and Hogue. Man, David Letterman. I'd have me at.
He looks like rail thin though.
Yeah, he looked completely disoriented and not all there.
He owns.
He's into racing.
Well, no, he owns. He's
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
been an
right,
been
you
an
told
owner
me that.
for a long. Him and Bobby Rahal were.
Yeah,
in
he
it
was.
for
That's why he was going to the Rahal pits.
Yeah, I think him and Bobby Rahal have.
It was like Rahal Letterman Racing or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, for the longest time, and I think it still may be that as well. But he's had a long time history of supporting the support on the ownership level, and I think I don't know how many. Let me look at me. Hey Alexa, how many wins does David Letterman have as a Indianapolis car owner?
From musictoday.com. Letterman, who hosted his final show last week, has been an IndyCar team owner since 1996, and his team won the Indy 500 in 2004.
I think,
and in 2020,
and 20. So he's got two winners,
two Indy 500 wins.
Right. I'm sure a bunch of other as well. I wonder if they live in Indiana. I'm sure they live in New York.
It's a Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan Racing.
I think he lives in Montana still.
Oh, that would be great.
Montana looks cool.
Be completely off the grid.
Like Ted Kaczynski?
Yeah, when he retired, I thought he moved to his big ranch in Montana.
But you know what? So Rico, my buddy, not little Rico, big Rico.
Fatheads Rico.
Yeah, the guy who owns Fatheads.
Not the crimes.
What do you mean?
Like Rico? Like, was it racketeering?
No,
it's
not,
like an acronym
not
for
a
something.
RICO Act. If you got a RICO Act on you, man,
That's
you're
what I
in
think of.
trouble.
Yeah.
That's like an all-encompassing...
Like mafia stuff.
Yeah, and the RICO Act is so broad. They made it so broad.
What is it? Racketeering something?
Something and something. Hold on, I'll ask
crime.
him. Hey, Alexa, what does RICO stand for?
I found one thing that RICO can stand for. Racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations.
Yeah, so on it, but they make it, the government, when they came up with the RICO Act, they made it so broad
that they could get anybody for it.
You can get any, but they could get blitzed for crossing the sidewalk, Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
With his gun in his pocket, facing the wrong direction.
But it was mostly stuff they were throwing at like mafia guys, right?
But the thing about the RICO Act is how it gets people is that it has a 10-year statute of limitations, and it continues to go on as long as there was communication or knowledge about the act. So let's say me and Blitz robbed a bank in 2010.
Okay.
Well, but we never talked about it or nothing like that. Well, 2020 comes along. They can't do anything about it because it's been 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Well, but let's say in 2015, I texted Blitz or Blitz texted me, and we talked about, hey, man,
Remember that time?
it was pretty cool. when
Wasn't
we,
it nice getting that money?
Took that bank down, That
resets the clock.
It resets the clock.
Really?
Yes.
If there's any sort of communication about said crime?
I think it's called any type of continuance or, yeah. And so, like, it's designed to be able just to get you no matter what.
Yeah.
If you got RICO charges on you, you're pretty much done. Absolutely. You're done. You're done.
You're done. You're done.
So
sorry.
Rico, big Rico, fathead Rico, he's going to the Gator Nationals. And so he got into Orlando on yesterday, and he picked up his bus and in Orlando, and he was going to drive. He had nowhere to put it because I don't think they open up Gainesville until I think Wednesday. For I think the teams can get there sooner. But anyway, he ended up coming to the track because I'm like, come to the track, and I got 50 amp, 30 amp, whatever. I got whatever you need, water. So he's parked right beside me for a couple days, and we're hanging out, and he's got the Elon Musk Starlink system on his RV.
That's what Flo is using.
And he was showing it to me, and it's really not that
no, it's like $100 a month.
Right, and it's really not that expensive. And it's pretty fast. It's anywhere from 100 to 500.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I've used it a few times.
And so, like, Merch Creek, where she lives, they have 5 megabit service out in the country where her house is, right? So, like, I don't even go there because you can't even hardly get on the internet. You can't watch any streamable. I'm like, 5. It literally Blitz, the speed is 5 megabits per second.
Okay.
I mean, isn't that like just a tad better than AOL dial-up?
I mean, it's a little better, but yeah, it's not fast. No,
right.
You can get emails and stuff, but that's about it.
But I was telling the Merch Creek, man, you need to think about Starlink out there.
Yeah, you can buy a Dishy McFlatface.
I don't know what that means.
That's the official name of the dish you put on your house is Dishy McFlatface.
Nonetheless, she's paying like
Elon just renames his stuff so ridiculous.
She's paying like $60 or like, it's like something like that.
Yeah,
58.
Spectrum sucks.
Yeah,
Up in that area.
she's with Spectrum. She's with Spectrum, and it's like $66 a month for 5 megabyte.
The only thing that stops a lot of people from buying it is the initial upfront cost.
It's like five. It's $5.99.
Yeah.
So it's like $600. Am I kind of right?
Yeah.
And that gets you Dissy McFlatface.
Correct.
And you put that on your out wherever outside somewhere.
Yep.
And at that point,
it's $100 a month.
And it's $100 a month, and you're literally letting it eat compared to what you had.
Yeah, and if you move, like if you have like an RV or a camper or something, I think they charge you a little more. I think it's $160 or something.
Now, do they have like the kind that have like the gyro on it?
They all move.
Oh, they all move.
Yeah.
So even the one you put on your house moves?
Yeah, a little bit.
It looks
as a satellite?
Because the satellites are constantly moving.
Now Rico told me, this could be urban lore, that Elon is such a cool dude that when Russia blew up Ukraine's internet service, that he sent like 100,000 Starlink units over there.
Yes.
Said, here, you guys are going to be needing the internet, so here's some Starlink willies.
He did, yes.
That's kind of cool, isn't it?
It looks like for the area that you're talking about, it's about $120 a month.
Yeah, but
it's not bad.
And what's the speed?
Oh, it's what Blitz was saying, like super fast. I'm just saying, like that's what it looks like a month.
Rico says in his RV, driving down the road, it's about 150 to 200.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, can't you pretty much do anything at 150 or 200? I mean, you can game at that, can't you?
Yeah.
And you can watch Hulu and Netflix with an HBO kicker.
The because it's satellite, although it's low Earth orbit, so the lag time isn't as bad. But if you're gaming, you don't necessarily want to use that. But for like streaming and any other stuff, it's perfectly fine, and it's okay for gaming.
Right. But like to watch, Yellowstone on Paramount Plus. I mean,
no problem at all.
With two of your phones on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're fine.
And your laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should we maybe get one for the building as a backup?
Possibly. I know for quite a while they weren't letting people in cities buy it.
Oh. And
I think that's changed now, but I'm not sure.
Would it also maybe be a problem being this close to the airport?
I don't think so.
It looks like it's allowing it now because I was looking for ours because our internet sucks up there. It goes down all the time.
Get you a Starlink Willie.
Yeah, we've been complaining about that for a while.
What do you do? Go to Starlink.com, type in your address, and it tells you whether you can have it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the area looks pretty big now. And I typed in this address here, and it came up that you can have it.
Yeah, well, Rico got me sold on it. Yeah, it seems like, I'm like, Merch Crick, you got 5 megabytes.
I'm sure Rico doesn't care, but it's $600 for the one at your house. If you want to use one that like is on your RV and you can use it while you're moving, it's like $3,000, I think.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
But whatever.
I'm not looking for a $3,000 Willie.
But if you buy one, let's say Bubba gets one for the track, can he move it around to different houses?
It depends on how far.
Okay.
Because they do geo-targeting.
Oh.
But like if you decide to like move it, then yeah, you could do that.
We do need one for the track. Our internet's always going out over there. I think we're like at 5 too.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you know where we're at. Well, we're as rural as it gets.
Yeah, I know.
China boasting defense.
Boosting?
No, they're boosting. Oh yeah, they're not boasting. They're boosting, but
they are boasting as well.
Yeah, true. This is one
So you're not
application
wrong.
we're wrong. Where they both apply.
Mm-hmm.
China boasting defense budget to $224 billion because they're probably trying to gear up for Taiwan. Now, what's our defense budget? Hey, Alexa, I'm going to you a lot today. What's the United States government's defense budget per year?
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
Stupid bitch.
How much is the United States of America's military budget per year?
In 2016, the United States spent $606,233,000,000 US dollars on defense, and its year was 2018.
I believe it's up to $778 billion.
Yeah,
A year?
224. Get out of here, buddy.
God damn.
Hey, have we ever thought about this? I got to go into words. I'm late.
Yeah.
How about we becoming allies with China?
We kind of were.
Right.
It's you. I was learning about the beef, but the strife between
Give me the
Taiwan
beef.
and
Can you give me the beef, babe?
Do you want me to give you the beef after the break?
Yeah, you know what? Let's break it. Let's go down to a break, and then can you break the beef?
Oh, I'll break the beef down.
Perfect.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
There's Alex there, but his middle name's Alexander.
I spent the spending for the countries, Bubba.
What?
I sent you that link for the defense budget
Oh,
for the
okay.
different
Are
countries.
you staying or are you leaving?
I gotta go back out there. You just peed.
Huh? I know, I have to pee again.
What?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm on little piss pants today.
I'll try to get fast.
You're good, you're good. It's fine. It's fine. If there's any fucking ladies with curly hair or wavy hair in the chat and want to give me a shout out for some like products that they use, let me know. 'Cause I feel like I don't really like what I'm using anymore. Used it for many years. I just don't feel like it's working as well as I would like to. Because my hair is always frizzy and it looks like shit. Oh, someone said, "Hey Anna, in the picture on Insta, which one of the little is little Miss Stank?" Miss Stank wasn't there, so there's no one in that picture that had a smelly pussy. Just letting people know.
For those scoring at home.
For those scoring at home, little Miss Stanky Pussy was not there, so she's not in the picture. And even if she was, I
wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say who she was. But all the women that were at the class Saturday morning had a very
Pristine
fresh,
sniz.
pristine smelling pussy smell. So it actually didn't smell at all. It was, which is even better. Like if I can't smell anything, it just smells like the air. That's great. But also, I don't know because we didn't do anything that involved me being close to anyone's pussy as well. So we didn't do any like triangle chokes with the legs or anything like that. It was mostly it was different types of escapes. But yeah, it was not a lot of pussy stank smell. So Alex Murdoch. I want to get my number from Lummy, and I'll have Amber get product and drop off. You don't have to do that. I was just wondering, like, if anybody could make any recommendations, but I will give you my number and I'll hook that up too. Just wanna make my hair into a mustache, a blonde stash. Almost said vignette. Thank you. I just need some recommendations. I don't. She doesn't have to get me anything. Bubba, would you mind bringing me to the bathroom?
Go ahead.
Lummy's not here though.
We'll tell him to get his ass back. Looks like I got you, chat. Just me and you. Okay, I'm gonna look at you guys. I love you too, Don Trump. I use fresh berries and juices. Hi, Nick the Gun Guy. Hi, everybody. Hi, Miss Carrie Baby. Hi, Trickus of Nee, Lynn, Susan, Frito, David, Don, Thuggish, Big Lunger, Fizz His, Glenn Lawnecker. I love that name. That's such an inside Iggy. Derek R. Dark Match Steve, the little spinner. All right, Lummy's here.
Hello.
Dr. Diaco is... I'm not happy with Dr. Diaco today. Full hot.
Full hot on Dr. Diaco. What's up, Don Trump? Yep. Getting all those big time residuals, making millions of dollars from it. Good morning, we toted. Yeah, this boyfriend, he dug a trucker nerd. What's up, Mitch? Dr. Dan right now is fucking boogie boarding in the Bahamas.
Keep going.
Brian from Philly, good morning.
That's it.
Good morning, Finn202R.
That was good. Sorry.
I had to pee.
It's out now.
10 minutes anywhere. We did, David Kent. We hit the mark for the 1,000 guy.
Hell yeah, we did. That's freaking
Dave
awesome.
Leroy, good morning.
DJ Hum Sauce in 2 weeks. Right?
Oh, maybe like closer to 3.
3.
2 weeks from Friday. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it played for a couple of years. Played for a couple of years. Good morning, Berto Perez, Bando Boy 352, Kabuki Jones.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. As you start your new year, of course you got a lot of plans, but you should probably try to be a little more financially responsible. And that would be, you could start by maybe figuring out what you're paying for your credit card interest rates. It could be 30%. It's getting pretty crazy. I know Big Red refinanced and got a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream, paid off his stuff. I know it was like 8 or 9%, and saved 150 points or gained 150 points on his credit report. And it all starts and stops with getting a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. It can help you pay off your credit cards and lock in a low interest fixed rate. Rates start at 7.99% APR with auto pay and excellent credit. From $5,000 to $100,000 in the loan, the interest rate is fixed. It never goes up for the life of the loan. Lightstream believes people with good credit deserve a better loan experience. It's exactly what they give you. And more importantly, there are no fees. And for my listeners only, apply now and get a special interest rate discount. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/BTLS. Again, Lightstream, LIGHTSTREAM.com/BTLS. Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 23.99% APR and include a 0.50% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. Offer subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/BTLS for more information. Big some information from Venmo. Chris Enright said participated and gave us a little bit of money. He said, "I heard you," and this might be a blitz thing. I heard YouTube is now taking 45% of super chat donations, up from 35. That's why we all need to stick with Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Blitz, what say you?
That is correct. They take a large portion of it.
Almost half?
They're talking about doing 50-50.
Yeah, so don't give us any money over Super Chat. Go get you a Venmo or a Cash App or a PayPal. It's far more efficient. Like on $100, does that mean like, YouTube would take like, $45 and we get, 65?
That is correct.
Or something like that.
That's pretty much how it is now.
Meanwhile, if you
55.
Yeah, or 55. Meanwhile, if you're on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, I think $100, I think we get like 97 of it.
Yeah, they take like between 2 and 3%, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. Your money will rack up more, my friend. You're getting screwed on Super Chat. YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Bubba now officially canceled from YouTube for talking about the way they pay people. And when we go back to Twitch, that'll be a great way for you to, obviously sub, which you get a free sub with your Amazon Prime, which would allow you to go back and look at some, we have 30 days worth of shows that you could go back and watch at your leisure. But, we're going to try to just keep aggregating everybody over to those three things: Venmo, PayPal, Cash App.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get more credit and we get more money. Even except when we do Bubba 199s, we like to do the bits over there. And Twitch seems to be more fair than obviously YouTube seems to be the worst.
Well, it's weird because when you buy bits, they're up front with the percentage they take. So any bit you send us, we get all the bits. You pay a premium when you buy them.
That's Twitch.
Twitch, yes.
Right.
And YouTube, you'll send us the money, but we only get a small portion of it.
Yeah, they're kind of dicks about it.
They just, it's not up front.
They like to K5 the deal. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Mario. I just had a quick question. What's the code for the mental health commercial you do?
It's Bubba. No, I'm sorry. The code is BT. Lummy sometimes gets a little fat-tongued. It would be BetterHelp, BETTER, BetterHelp, HELP, and it's B as in boy, T as in Tom, L as in Larry, S as in Sam.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bud. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks.
I wish all the places that we did business with made promo code Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier. BTLS I'm trying to get away from that. I mean, I'm still BTLS.
Of course.
Oh, Dan, don't start with your nonsense.
Oh, no.
Is he in chat?
Yeah, he gave me $100 on the Cash App.
We getting him a horn?
No, he's not getting a horn. He's getting a middle finger. is what
Dr.
he's
Dan
getting.
Diaco, Esquire, JD, $100.
Two Ferrari Dan.
Don't send me a text at 1:06 telling me you're not going to be on the show, that you've already scheduled Jay to be here, and that you told Blitz on Thursday, and you're letting me know at 1:06. Come on, Dan, you dildo. I'm calling Steve to see what your potential punishment should be.
No.
It's just like I am very stressed out about a lot of things right now, some of which I can't disclose with you guys, and some of it family. And I just got a lot going on, and this particular Sunday, Monday show is killing me. My other partners at the track can't help me because they have regular jobs. I have a regular job too, but it's a little bit less than, like Tom Bean, man, that guy.
He's got it made.
No, he's not. He does, 15-hour days.
Oh.
He gets in over there on Lemon Street at 7:00, and he gets home at 9.
Jesus.
I mean, he has 101 Domino's franchises.
Okay, yeah.
Plus 3 or 4 other companies.
That's a lot of pepperoni.
Plus you.
Plus me.
That's a full-time job right there.
I've been having meetings with this poor guy because we're trying to get my tax stuff situated.
Yeah.
And it's very, Blitz will tell you, it's very detailed. It's very involved.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, and I'm at the final end of it, and it's still a ton of work.
Yep.
Tree a bill, $100 cash, PayPal.
There you go, my friend.
Maybe
Blitz,
Dr. Dan
Blitz, you still hadn't got that. I'm sorry. $9.99 on the watching deal on the YouTube, Lummy.
Yeah, I know. We're right there.
We're right there at the G-Ball. 105. I just saw that.
1,000.
Dan, let's not talk here publicly. Let's speak privately. Okay?
Dan said he'd come up and pick up rocks if you need him to.
No,
Oh, my
stop,
God.
Dan. You look
Not
stupid.
with those hands.
Yeah, you're not going to pick up
Steve
rocks.
would never allow it.
No,
He's
never.
going to dye his hair blonde and put gauges on his ears.
and turn himself Asian.
Be a flat tracker. Dan, you just stop. We'll just talk privately, and let's just keep this off the airwaves. So, Anna, we were going to talk about, potentially. I guess we used to be China's ally, and now we're not.
Well,
and you kind of dug into it.
I really have, because I've been trying to learn about Chinese history because there was a big gap in my knowledge. I kind of knew a little bit about Mao, but not much. So,
meanwhile, I don't know nothing about China.
So I know that Lummy and many of us know about World War II, the European side of things. But there was a whole other war going on in Asia. Obviously, it was a world war.
Now, what era are we talking here? World War II?
Well, yes, but even before that, Japan invaded China in 1931, while China was in the middle of a civil war itself.
Which just because Japan was getting greedy and they wanted more real estate?
Honestly, like the Japanese, no joke, were like as bad, if not worse, than the Nazis. Like the way they handled business.
Really?
Yeah, like really
Oh,
bad.
actually, I was watching before World War I when they were getting ready like this. There was they were mean to people.
Like what they did to the Chinese, they first invaded Manchuria, which I think is like the northern part of China, one of the provinces, and then started going just along the coastline. And I mean, they were massacring like hundreds of thousands of people in like a month. The rape of Nanking. They considered China to be a conquered land in the 30s, like 37 or something like that.
37's when they kind of took over.
Yeah, but it started initially in 1931, and then
now prior to 31, when was China formed as a country?
Not till 1949 when Mao took power. So there was like a Ming, Qing, Ding dynasty. Something was going on.
But isn't that
there.
a massive amount of land for it to be unclaimed?
Well,
so to speak?
it was part of like China, but you have to understand it was like mostly.
I mean, China is
rural,
huge, isn't
agrarian. Yeah, but it was called something else. I don't know, but it became the People's Republic of China in 1949 under Mao. That's when like China's.
And who did they break away from?
Well, there used to be like a dynasty. I don't know which one.
Duck? Oh, sorry.
Duck Dynasty.
It could be.
I'm just the average American.
Yeah, right.
All right, so
It's like
Duck Dynasty
Ding.
owned it. Look how big China is.
It's very vast.
And Thailand's part of China, is it not?
No, it's.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
No, I'm trying to. No, Anna, like I'm being for real.
Oh, you're trying to understand. Yeah, no, it's not.
No,
It's its own country.
Where is the country borders? Like these little things right here?
You should be able to tell maybe if you zoom out. I don't know.
No, I think if you got to actually zoom in, and I think these little squiggly lines here are. Now, is Yunnan?
Huh?
That's part of China. So, Anna, see right
It's
here.
got a lot of provinces.
But look, hold on. It looks like this is the country line. See this little squiggly line down here? Because this is Laos or something.
Yeah, it's Laos.
And then it looks like China goes into here and then goes up to here.
It's a big-ass country.
I'm just trying to see where the
I feel
northern...
like if you zoom out, it might be easier to kind of see the border lines.
I feel like you're wrong.
I feel like I'm wrong, too.
Yeah, you are. See, I did that.
Zoom out one more time, though.
Okay.
A little bit more, you can see. It's hard to tell.
All right, so hold on. Is Mongolia part of China?
No.
But
Okay.
I sent you a picture of just what China
Send it to me again.
Help him.
All right, so it looks like okay. Hold on here. I just want to make sure. Okay.
There you go.
Lami, gosh darn you.
God bless your sweetheart.
You nailed one, lover.
Oh, thank you.
All right. But Anna, that is a very...
It's a huge country.
Huge.
Geographically.
Giant.
It's probably bigger than the U.S., isn't it?
Around the same size, maybe a little bit bigger.
It'd be interesting to list the top 5 geographically
Well,
large
Russia's number 1.
countries.
Russia number 1, probably China number 2, U.S. 3.
All right. So
I'd guess.
prior to
in terms of land area, China is 2% larger than the U.S.
Oh, dang.
All right, so super close.
It's very close.
Super close.
Yeah.
So we have one more Rhode Island, and we're in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
We go get Puerto Rico officially, and we're
Right.
probably okay. So Anna, when did they become China? You said 1949.
They became the People's Republic of China, the China that we know today in 1949 when Mao took power.
So I'm going to ask questions.
Officially.
I'm going to ask official, regular, dumb guy, American, U.S., such as U.S. American questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
Before 1949, and they became the People's Republic of China, who were they? Who were they with?
So it's confusing because there was a dynasty that ended, I think, somewhere around World War I, maybe before that in the 1910s. I'm not quite sure. But then there was like a 30-year-long civil war between the communists and the nationalists led by Chiang Kai-shek. Okay. And then in the middle of that civil war, they decided to stop fighting because there was a Japanese invasion. So they decided to say, listen, we got to put this civil war on hold because we got to fight the Japanese.
Because we got the Japanese coming in here.
Right.
And we need to become Chinamen against them.
Exactly.
Yes. Now, and isn't Japan relatively small?
Yeah, but
it's
they're
very small.
brutal, and they had a vicious army and pretty good technology for the time, I think.
Right. All right.
So they come into Manchuria. I think the first initial invasion was 1931, but then like the rape of Nanking was until 37. And that's really when they just started taking down crazy amounts of numbers of people, just raping people, killing people. Like it
Japan
was really bad. Yeah, the Japanese did.
Right. And till when?
I think till the end of the war, till 44, around then, 45.
Yeah. So China's like, listen, now would we have gotten involved in the Japan-China deal had Japan not invaded us?
Had Pearl Harbor not happened?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So we would have said, you two guys figure it out.
Right.
At least for a while.
And so we started giving a lot of supplies to China because they were fighting the Japanese. So we're like, listen.
Was that one time they fighting us and China?
Yeah.
I mean, during World War II,
Japanese.
Yes.
Was Japan fighting both U.S. and China?
Technically, China was in the ally section of the World War II.
Yes, it was.
That's completely. I mean, I don't care how many troops you have. You're fighting us and China.
Yeah, but China back then wasn't a thing.
It was a very poor
they were
country.
just super poor.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we could set up military places there. They were letting us come in there.
They
like,
sure were.
Come on over here to Shanghai and build the baddest ass whatever you want to build. Right?
So here's the thing. We initially started giving resources to the Nationalist Army led by Chiang Kai-shek. But when Chiang Kai-shek was fighting the Japanese, he was kind of hoarding some of the weaponry because he wanted to use that for when the Civil War
started again.
Continued.
So like, okay, 5 guns to fight the Japanese, but I'm going to put 5 over here.
I'm holding some because when the Civil War resumes, I want to take out Mao.
Right.
So they were losing to the Japanese. So then what happened is the Chinese in the north, the communists, where their holdout was, they were absolutely killing it because they were using guerrilla warfare techniques against the Japanese, and they were actually winning. So then we had like the OSS, I think that was like the precursor to the CIA, started working with Mao. Well, then the nationalists found out about this, and they got really mad.
The leader.
Correct, of the Communist Party.
Of the Communist Party.
Communist Party in China.
So are we at this point? Are we kind of working with both of them?
Well, we initially started with the nationalists because they were considered, the party that was probably going to win, and yes, they were better trained, etc. Well, they probably would have beat the Japanese, but Chiang Kai-shek was like, "Yo, I'm still in it to win it for China after the Japanese thing is over." So he was hoarding some of the military equipment to use against the communists. So then they started losing. So we started giving stuff to Mao. Well, then the Nationalist Army got really mad about that. And so we had to go switch back and give it back to the Nationalist Army. And we were actually getting information. The Nationalist Army, their CIA, like their intelligence organization, warned us about Pearl Harbor, and we didn't listen.
So they had the heads up?
Yes, their intelligence organization was probably amongst the best in the world.
Right, and they're that much closer to Japan, so they might be able to intercept
they had
radio waves
infiltrated,
and stuff.
absolutely. They knew what was going on. They actually, Mao's CIA, I'm calling it a CIA, but intelligence organization, warned Stalin that the Nazis were going to invade the Soviet Union, and they didn't listen either. So they were telling, because, they were aligned with Russia kind of because of the communist thing. And the nationalists were talking to us because we were giving them support to fight the Japanese.
So it sounds like we really, really, really did help China become, become independent. We had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And we also used, their geographical position.
We were giving them billions of dollars to fight the Japanese so that we didn't have to use our men to go do it.
And we probably helped build a ton of infrastructure for them, to become a little bit, to get their country started. Think about all the military establishments and just all the stuff that we built probably over there to be able to be that much closer to Japan to fight them more efficiently.
Right.
Right? I mean,
we did the same thing to Japan after World War II, though.
What's that?
We helped them build up their country again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Japan is our ally, nonetheless.
It is now,
definitely, yes.
And South Korea is our ally,
yes.
right? Mm-hmm. But we've lost China.
Yeah, so what happened was that at the end, when the nationalists ended up losing and Mao took over and made the People's Republic of China, Chiang Kai-shek, who considered himself to be the rightful leader of China, ended up going to his last strong holdout in Taiwan. And this is basically just a residual of that civil war that has played out for like almost a century.
Now, would it be crazy or Grady C, $50 in the Cash App. Thank you so very much. Would everybody think that you were a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you were a president and you're like, I'm going to try to establish a better relationship with China and try to make them our ally?
That's what Nixon did. Nixon had Deng Li, who was like, Mao took like 2 years off, and this guy named Deng Li. I think that's his name.
I like that guy's name.
He came to the States, remember, and like Nixon showed him around.
Right. And wasn't that like a real big deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was the first like leader of China to be on American soil. And then Nixon went to China after that.
And so we were on better terms. Were we like almost allies?
Well, we didn't see China as a threat. We're just like, it's this like largely agrarian kind of poor country. It'd probably be good to establish a connection with them because they're, in a what do you call it, strategic location.
Geographically,
yeah,
they're
close
perfect.
to the Soviets.
And cheap labor.
Good for business, et cetera, et cetera.
But even back then, we weren't even looking at them that much for that kind of stuff.
So where did it go awry during the Cold War? Like, did Russia come in and say, hey, listen, I know Nixon, Richard, he's in a little bit of issue. He's by the way, he's no longer there.
Yeah.
And they got this buffoon that played guard for the University of Michigan who falls downstairs, and his name's Gerald Ford. He has no business as even being he's stupid.
Yeah.
And he has concussion protocol. And so we're going to come in and we'll be your buddies. This is Russia. Because the U.S. is very weak right now. And then they got a Jimmy Carter kicker onto that deal. That's probably when China got swooped right from underneath us, when Ford took over for Nixon, and then we had a Jimmy Carter kicker. That's when the Russians probably came in and said, hey, China, there are a bunch of buffoons over there. We can come in and take care of you better. And,
no, the Chinese and the Russians didn't get along in the 70s.
It's probably in the 90s when the industry really started booming in China. Like they industrialized, so it took like the UK and the US like 7 generations to go through the Industrial Revolution. China went through it in 1.
Now,
because they already kind of had the blueprint from us.
Yeah, they went from nothing to like
the best
industry in no time at all.
And that's why they're having such a problem with the demographics over there.
They went from nothing to us owing them $33 trillion.
Exactly.
They went from nothing to we could not run our country today if we hadn't borrowed and continue to borrow trillions. And I think that, what is it now, $32 trillion that we owe them. Now, did we really did we borrow money from them?
I think so.
I mean, in order to owe a country $33 trillion, I think you have to literally borrow money from them, right?
I think so.
China, according to this website, China owns $1.095 trillion of the $28 trillion U.S. debt. That's as of last year.
So it's $28 trillion in debt, and they own
China owns $1 trillion of it.
$1 trillion of it. Okay. Is there anybody that owns more?
Somebody must.
Elon.
Probably.
Can you imagine if you were so
the
rich?
Rothschilds.
Can you imagine if you're so rich that the government came to you and said, hey, can we borrow some money, man? We got payroll coming up next week. Can't quite pay the Air Force. Be bouncing the boy.
Well,
the
one
fly
family
guys checks.
loaned Brazil enough money to get their independence, the Rothschilds, so maybe there's something there.
The United States-based Rothschilds?
European.
Okay.
Intergenerational family. They're all over Europe, but they were headquartered originally in Frankfurt, Germany.
Weren't the Rothschilds, very much
like
American royalty and
I wouldn't say American.
I mean, I know, but they've infiltrated here.
Infiltrated everywhere. But I know that they loaned Brazil the amount of money they needed to get independence from Portugal.
Like with the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, like I don't know, the most richest families.
Sure.
Like the guy who started the railroad and the Standard Oil, like those people.
Yeah.
You're actually kind of right. The number one place that owns most U.S. debt is the U.S.
What do you mean?
So just like
mutual funds, deposits, other
bonds,
governments,
stock and bonds.
So,
okay,
yeah. So that's the majority of it, and then Japan.
That's actually is not as bad that it's all through self-financed.
Right.
You know, that doesn't make it as bad, right?
Right. The number one country behind U.S. is Japan, then China, UK, Ireland, Luxembourg, Switzerland,
All right.
Brazil, Belgium, and Taiwan.
Now, if you take all that number, what does that equal out to?
28 trillion or whatever.
28 trillion?
Mhm.
All right, so 28.
It's a little more now. That was last year, but
I wonder if we have 30. What do we have? 330 million people in America.
330, yeah.
I wonder if we, like if they said, okay, everybody has to give like, or how much if you put a price on per person for us to get out of debt, except for what we owe ourselves, like so
More taxes.
Well, no, like it right off your taxes, like.
Oh,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like you have
$85,552.
Oh, that's way too much. So sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like $18.
Yeah, Boober.
Thought if everybody gave like $18, we could get out of.
No, that's 85,000 on top of what you already pay for taxes.
Yeah, yeah, that's not happening.
No, thank you.
I'll just.
But I can't.
Taiwan, sorry, we still owe you.
Mm-hmm.
And why should we start being responsible now, please?
Please.
I mean, we're like,
I know what that is now.
the average American that, gets a credit card. Do you put it in the drawer? Let's say that Capital One sent you a pretty decent interest rate, like not one of these, but something you could live with, and it was $5,000 unsecured, but it's like a credit card that you get because you got good credit and you whatever. Like, dear Warren Garrison, congratulations, you've now qualified for a 9.59 interest rate, Capital One.
It's more like 28%.
I know, but I'm just saying, let's say you got lucky. You got lucky. Obviously, you shouldn't probably turn on the one that you should cut the one that says 28.99% away. But let's say that your bank or something like that decided to get you a Visa and it came in at something not too bad that you could live with. And it's $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, A, responsibly go put that in a drawer and say, listen, I'm only going to use this for an emergency situation, like if I had to fly out of town and, because I had a death in the family or, something. Walkers, prepaid college, something.
Well.
No, hold on. Or do you go and, like the average guy, and say, man, I got 5,000. I'm going out and getting me. I'm going to Best Buy and I'm getting me this and I'm getting me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean
Gonna get that new 85-inch OLED TV, baby.
Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of stuff.
No, I just go give it to Ashley.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah,
she probably puts it in a drawer and uses it as needed. But that's not the way 97.5% of the rest of us do it. The rest of us go, woohoo! I got 5 G's, man. I can just slow pay the hell out of that. No big deal.
Jay's here.
Casino.
Jay's here?
Yeah, he just walked in.
He's got it. Yeah, just walked in.
Oh, he's right on time, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me get a hold of it. Let me turn his mic on. God, today flew by.
I know.
Hi, Jay.
Good morning.
I got heat with your brother.
I heard.
Have you heard?
I heard.
I'd like to know your ruling on that. I would really like to know because you wear a couple different hats. One, you're my friend. Two, you're on the show.
It's a Ferrari hat.
Two, you're my friend. One, you're very familiar with your brother. Two, this is my show, and there's a little rhyme to reason, and I don't like last-minute curveballs. And four, you're related to the man that potentially is in trouble. So what's your opinion? I get a text from him, full douche fashion. It's him, no shirt.
Hold on. Was that part of the problem is that he sent you an ab shot?
Well, I mean, come on.
I didn't hear that part. Hold on, though.
I'm going to show it to you, bud.
Can I see it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to show it to you here. I got to get it. Here you go.
I like how this is the whole, there's two sides to every story.
All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm going to show you the text exchange. So at 1:06, I'm going to show the camera. At 1:06, I get this text yesterday at 1:06. Him, living his best life on the Bahamas, which 9 times out of 10, I would be like, oh, that's excellent, Dan. Enjoy, man. I mean,
Jay, if you turn around and look at the TV, the one in the back, I think you can see it. Okay.
Can you see it?
Oh, no, he did.
Yes, that's what I got at 1:06. Then he goes on to tell me, I won't be in tomorrow. Jay will be in there early, and I told Blitz on Thursday or Friday. And I'm like, well, I'm glad Blitz is in charge around here. I would have liked to known on Thursday or Friday, and I'd like to have Jay standard at 9. And then he starts scrambling and what have you. And so now I'm mad at him. So what's your official ruling?
before I saw the picture, I was leaning towards, Bubba should understand that you need a vacation every now and then. Dan, you never go anywhere.
Oh,
he just wanted the heads up.
But hold on, Jay. If I just would have known, if he just would have told me on Thursday or Friday, the same time he told Blitz,
he's afraid of you.
He could have very well just put us on a group text and said, "Hey, Romina, and listen." You know as well as I do, even some of the inner working back circles, who's the biggest Romina proponent?
You.
I'm one of them.
You.
Nonetheless, I'm one of them. I'm one of the people that said, as long with and you and your brother and everybody else. But I'm one of the people that is like pro Romina. Dan, stop doing stupid stuff. Or Dan, you better put some, you're the best plastic surgeon in the world. Candle's got your work.
Everything got better after that, honestly.
Candle's got your work. Krista's on her second set of your work. You're the best there is. I mean, quit being a dick and, keeping your thumb on your wife. Let your wife have. It's just going to make things. I mean, it's the dumbest marketing plan ever that you send your hot wife running through Carline and everything like that that doesn't have a nice set of boobs. Now, her boobs naturally are great, but they would be that much. So is Candle's. But how much better are they, Jay, with your brother's art on them?
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
You dumbass Dan. So throw them on her. And it literally took me to, honest to God, Steve's tried, Jay's tried. It took me to get it done. So I would be the first person in the world to say, bitch, take as much time as you want off to keep your wife happy. But don't send me a douchebag ab shot at 106 on a Sunday when I'm at the track saying you're gone, you're not coming in, and you've already scheduled your replacement at said time. No, Dan, no.
So, I would be happy anytime Dan's not available to come in early. If you want it or not, that's fine.
Right.
But the way that he gave that to you is not the right way to approach it.
If it didn't include the picture and just wrote what he wrote, would you have been better with it?
I would have been much better because I knew that he checked with you. But then I would say, in hindsight, after I heard this reaction, is next time just let Bubba know a couple days before. You know how he is.
Yeah, because
he likes to know.
I'd be the first one.
It's the Bubba show, not the Blitz show.
And I would say, Dan, maybe like if you're trying to get back early to be on Tuesday, don't even worry about Tuesday. If you want to come in later that week, that would be fine. If Tuesday, staying another day, helps the overall cause better, because I think the kids are on spring break this week.
Mm-hmm.
So take longer. Like, take care of your family before you worry about this stupid ass show. I'm first to do that, because what that dumbass doesn't realize is it just pays so much dividends. It really does. The more that he does things with Romina and the kids and doesn't mark out to this program, the more that he does that, it just really makes life across the whole Diaco board better.
Sure. And instead of hanging out with his wife this morning, he's listening to the program, dropping 100.
Yeah. Yeah, and you wonder why she hates me. She wants to go to the breakfast buffet with her husband, and you're dropping 100 on your stupid show that she hates to begin with, Dan. God, you're the smartest, dumbest guy I know.
Give her $100 for the slots on the buffet, dude.
Yeah, God, you're stupid.
Give me money.
If we could just roll Jay's common sense into your overall intellect, God, we'd have a superhuman.
That would be me.
Well, I guess it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not quite Jan's intellect.
See, that's the problem. You have far more common sense, far more grounded, far more doing the right thing, far less erratic, but he's just probably got 3 or 4 IQ points on you. You can't get the perfect deal.
There is no perfect deal, is what I've learned.
The perfect deal would be if we could roll Danny's intellect into your swag and demeanor and calmness and streetwiseness.
The perfect deal would have been a text on Thursday, Dan, without your nipples.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Honestly, I would have just, that would have mean he opened himself up to like a couple lower dick pic. I mean, it's like, come on. Oh.
Come on.
He asked for it.
How could you that?
Yeah, I can't be mad at him, but I mean, you asked for it, Danny. You can't send Bubba a picture like that.
Fucking
and not
hanging
expect
10.
him to fuck with you a little bit.
I'm gonna copy. I'm sending it right to you just so you got it.
I gotta show it to Steve because Steve's gonna be wondering what's going on. Dan says, thanks so much for helping. Dan, I didn't know you sent him that picture.
Yeah, Dan.
And I did defend you, and he did too. He said, just let him know on Thursday. You're fine. Everything's cool.
Dan, just take the rest of the week, bud.
No, don't tell him that.
Here.
Don't tell him that. No. Don't take the rest of the week.
Yeah, Dan, we'll see you next Monday, buddy.
Dan, you sent that picture?
Yeah. Hold on.
He's a man.
Not only this, Jay, but now let's mind you, I'm not, the most in shape
I mean, he
guy.
looks amazing, but why do you send that to a man?
But hold on.
Because he wants the people to know.
But hold on. You don't. First of all, you're sending that to me.
It's a great picture.
Now,
you look amazing, Dan.
Now, hold on.
Exactly, that's why he sent it.
I know, but then you don't send it to Bubba.
But hold on. If you send that picture to a guy that's in shape, that's comparable, that's one thing.
Send that to Jimmy Clevis, right?
Yeah. Jimmy would be like, too bad. Looks like you need to work on your obliques a little, like whatever. But you send that to a guy that, is fat and who wishes he looked like that.
It's the picture. It was the photo, buddy. Don't be mad at me.
When you go get one of your fucking
You look so good in the picture, it would get anybody mad.
Jay, when you go get one of your $800,000 Porsches, you don't send a picture of it at the dealership to me getting in it when I'm getting in my goddamn smart car.
Oh, man, wait. I'm going to show this to him in this picture.
I'm driving a fucking...
I wonder how many of these pictures appear on his phone.
Oh, I wonder how many times...
You know how, you have images on your iPhone of, people?
How many times
I wonder how
did
many
he
of
have
them look
to-
like this of Dan. It's like...
Yeah.
But not only that...
God, he looks good.
How many times did he have to take that picture to get the right shot?
Oh, dude, he's a superstar at that now. He took him one shot. One shot Willie.
I'd love
He's
to
like my
see-
son. My son won't take a picture with me, but boy, that kid can take a selfie.
Yeah.
He's got his blue steel. They're like, everything's a snap. You know what I mean? They snap each other and everything. So it's not. He doesn't do anything.
How's Trey's love life going?
Everything's cool right now. He's focusing on lacrosse and spending lots of time there. So it's good. All good.
Interesting.
Yeah, Dan. Just take another day, buddy.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah.
No.
Fucker.
You're freaking Dan out.
You are gonna freak him out. But
I
you know,
should
I
just
am
have-
happy to come in because I do
I think
take
we'll just
off
have-
a lot out of the blue. I take off a lot.
Let's just have Jay back in tomorrow only. Yeah. Jay, this is our opportunity to get in his head. Don't you understand that?
You're already in his head, Bubba.
I know, but Jay,
The Dan loves us so much.
I love him too, but you got to keep him down a little bit.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No, you've already more than sufficiently upset him. I'm sure.
All right, Dan, here's the deal. I know you're watching. I know you're listening. You must, because the Bahamas have some pretty good jewelry disc if you know what you're looking for.
Oh, God, no.
You must go buy a nice piece of jewelry, faux Romina, in order to be back on the air tomorrow. Now, see, Jay, that's fucking fair.
How do you...
How about a new handbag?
That's almost more... That's more reasonable. That's
Yeah.
a little more... They got a Gucci place right in there.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
They got a Gucci
There you
place
go.
right in
Hold
there.
on. Hold on. What'd you just say?
They got a Gucci place
There you
right in
go.
there.
You have to buy...
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, you just told me that they had a Gucci place.
Yeah, but that's because we're taking it down from jewelry.
Okay.
Jewelry's 10 times a Gucci.
Okay, so Danny, you have to buy Romina a nice Gucci piece.
A wallet. Get her like the littlest thing there is.
No, like not
Some
not
sunglasses. How about some Gucci sunglasses?
Gucci socks.
Yes.
Let her rock the sunglasses.
Hold on, because Gucci sunglasses are about $600.
That's so much money.
You got $1,000 budget, Dan. Anything? Well, no, you got a $500 budget. It has to be over $5.
Over?
Yeah.
I say
What
under.
the hell?
No, over $4.
I mean, a pair of glasses there is not cheap, and that's
Okay.
something she could rock and feel cool with.
All right, then look for a pair of...
on the beach.
Hold on. Hey, Alexa, how much does a pair of women's Gucci sunglasses cost?
In 800.
Recently on Amazon, the price for a pair of women's Gucci sunglasses ranged from $120 up to $370.
There you go. From $120 to $300. That's not...
That's what I'm saying. That's you were saying over 500, and I'm saying I think glasses takes it, and that's under 500.
Okay, so, Dan, you have to buy her a pair of Gucci sunglasses this morning before... Hold on. Let me write. Women's Gucci sunglasses. Is he staying at the Atlantis?
Yes.
Hold on. This is a little bit beyond, but hold on. Things are cheaper over there, though, aren't they, Jay?
Usually, what is it, duty free over there? It's like I mean, comparable, but not as expensive. Romina's got a pretty face too. She can get away with those kind of glasses.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Those big old she look like, who is it?
Jackie Onassis or something.
Jackie O. Exactly, Bubba. Damn, go get her some Jackie O glasses, man. She'll love it.
Oh, hold on, Anna. You're gonna have to be a woman and help us out here, okay?
I could be a woman.
Actually,
right
hold
here.
on.
There you go.
No. Actually, I'm gonna make Dan wear these on the air tomorrow, right here to fucking.
Oh no.
Wait, is Dr. Dan buying it?
No, it's supposed to be for her, and now you're punking them out. That's not. I do not endorse that.
All right, hold on.
Those are the most expensive ones there.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. All right, this is getting interesting.
This is not fair. I don't endorse this.
You are Dan's. Hold on. You are Dan's representative.
Okay.
So I am obviously the plaintiff, and he's the defendant.
Okay.
And you are his attorney, and we'll hash. You know what? No. We're in mediation right now. Okay. And you
don't get mad at me for advocating.
No, you can't. That's what you're supposed to.
Okay.
But you're gonna be fair.
I will always
just
be fair.
like you were fair with, okay, after you saw the douche pick, then you're like, oh, I'm leaning towards Bubba a little bit.
It just put everything in context.
Right. Well, I want to punish Dan, and I wanted to keep Dan down while I could. It's really healthy.
You enjoy it.
It's healthy. It's healthy for the family.
Sick man. You're a sick man. You enjoy it.
Joe got a hold of me one time and says, we appreciate how you have the ability to keep Dan down.
That's not true. That's not true.
Shut
Dad
up.
would never
Arlene
say
and
that.
I bonded when we were at hospice, and
That's
she says,
true.
I appreciate that you taking care of Dan, and what she meant by that was being able to control him as well. So
is that what you hear in your head?
Well, yeah, me and Arlene are, we're boys. So Dan, my punishment was for you not to come in tomorrow. I don't even know what his travel schedule is.
I don't either. And in his fairness, I don't even think he bought tickets until Friday, maybe.
Yeah, no, I know, but nonetheless, I didn't know.
That's my point. My first point.
Okay, and then that gets quickly squashed with Blitz knew, but I didn't know. So, and he even went on our text exchange and said, "Well, I told Blitz." I'm like, okay. So my thing is, I don't know, Dan, can you let us know when you're due back, buddy?
It's funny is I don't even know when he's coming back either. I just know that they had a long weekend and that this was something Romina requested, and I was like, do it. And one of the funnest weekends I ever had with my kids was Atlantis. It's a great weekend.
And I had when I used to have money, I had an unbelievable time at Atlantis with my family too. It's so awesome.
When your kids are like 8 or 10 or 12, it's just unreal. It's the first time you get them a little leash, let them haul ass.
Yeah, as long as they stay in the resort, they're usually fine. They got that game room down for kids, that kid-specific game room.
There's a lifeguard like every 10 feet.
Right. You can kind of have a lagoon experience.
No doubt.
You can have there's a lot of things to do.
Drinks with umbrellas while your kids are chilling.
Right. You never really have to leave the resort. Ever.
No, it's awesome. If you leave the resort, bring a guard.
Yeah, well, or don't even leave the resort. So now, Dan, here in the perfect world, CJ, you're the mediator, and so you're.
I'm the advocate. I'm not a mediator. Someone else needs to be the mediator.
No, you're.
Anna could be the mediator.
No, she can't be the mediator.
She's actually very reasonable.
We'll just talk this out. You know what? How about we'll just talk this out amongst ourselves?
Okay, we could do that. We could informal mediation. We'll just negotiate.
So I at first wanted to punish Dan a show. But here's the deal, Dan. What I would prefer is that you continue to vacation there and you not worry about being back by tomorrow's show. And that's not under punishment circumstances. That would be that's the right thing to do. Why cut your it short? If you can go a couple extra days, do so. And if you'd like to come in later in the week, if you could work it within your schedule, we'd love to have you. Now, CJ, there's zero punishment.
That's pretty. I mean, I've already done well. I haven't really said much.
Right. So, my first offer is stay a little longer, if it works for your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't purchasing any sunglasses or anything. This costs.
Oh, really?
No.
This is no strings attached.
No, this is no strings attached. This is, you know what? Stay another day or two. And if you'd like to come in on Thursday, Friday, if you can work that within your deal, no problem. Otherwise,
there's an issue with that.
Why?
He can come in Friday all he wants.
Yeah, he'll be the only one here.
Yeah.
We have Friday off?
Yeah.
And Dr. Dan said
that's right. You're right.
Dr. Dan said he's leaving in 1 hour.
No.
He's texting you?
No, it's in chat.
He's in the chat.
He's going to be here for the after show.
He's mad at me.
Now, hold on. No, he's not mad at you because
Yes,
he's
he
not.
He should be happy because I'm advocating
I'll
well
turn
for
this
him.
all back around, Jay. Just have some confidence in me. So, okay?
Yes.
No, but there's been no agreement. So Dan 1 promised me that indeed you did have coming back today as the initial plans. Like that's what the plans were all along. If that's the case, like I don't want him cutting this short.
He actually chartered a jet to get him home in time.
What I'm saying,
exactly what he did.
what I'm saying, Jay, is like I don't.
It's gonna land at the executive airport.
I
right now.
don't
He'll
want
be right
him
here.
to be coming home because he knows I'm mad, so that he can worm his way onto the show tomorrow.
No,
I just want to make sure that this was the plans all along.
I'm pretty sure that Danny had an unexpected 4-day weekend and ended up doing parent-teacher Friday because his meeting was right after mine. I was walking out while he was walking in. And then I think he left Friday afternoon and was always planning on coming home tonight. So he hasn't changed any plans because
Perfect.
As far as I know, Danny really gets these opportunities. He's probably jumping in right into surgery tomorrow.
Perfect. Now, Dan, 1, I hope that you had coming back today as your plans all along, and you did not make adjustments to your schedule because you thought you needed to get back for the show. That's what would make me the most maddest. Not to be confused with how mad I am with getting a notice with a double ab shot, full chest puff up at 106 yesterday. That's fine. I can get through that. If you're leaving in an hour, you could run down to the Gucci store and pick up some Gucci glasses for your wife.
They're under $500, Dan. They're totally Jackie O. She could pull them off.
And so we're looking at them, and I think that Dan could run down there, and I'm thinking that he could get her a nice pair of sunglasses.
What do you
now,
like, Anna? Anything? I think some of the ones up top.
I get
go
free
up to
sunglasses.
Go up to the top.
I think most of those are ridiculous.
No, I agree. But like way up top, some of the ones up top are not so bad.
Yeah, like hold on, like some of these.
Like that right there,
like
they're big
she
and all.
would
Those
look
are like
good.
bug eyes, but that's what I'm talking about. Like those old retro looking. I mean, those are a little bit much.
Honestly,
geez.
Jay, your fashion sense is better than mine. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Okay.
Or Dan, you know what? I'll sell you these for $250 right here, buddy. Look, I got them on right now. Look, those might look just good as hell on Romina. But Romina ain't
Bring
gonna
her down there and let her
Romina
put
ain't
them
gonna
on.
want
Let
mine.
her pick.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah,
let
you know
her
what?
pick.
You know what? On your way out, say, listen, kids, hold on. We got to stop by something because I want to do a little something for your mom. Now you look like $1 million in front of the whole family, buddy.
Yeah.
You take Romina down there, say, hey, honey, I'd like to buy you a pair of sunglasses before we leave because we can get their duty free, yippee-yo. You can buy them cheaper here. And I think a nice set of these are $390 right here. She looked good as hell in these. But Dan, you do it right in front of the family at checkout, because I know where the store is at the Atlantis.
Well, and then your kids see you be nice to your wife, and they see you put her over, and it's great. It's always great.
Yeah. And I know Sophia's going to ding you some, but you got to say,
you got two glasses.
But she'll want a pair.
Two pairs.
You know what? That might cost you. But
leave Sophia back in the room and just bring Romita there.
Yeah. And then Dan, we ain't got no problems. No problems. In fact, I'll apologize to you for being, mean or mad. But that would require you to do this.
So the apology comes with the pair of glasses, but the no strings attached comes with just come back later in the week?
Yeah, but he may coming back later in the week might.
He said he was planning on getting back today. The whole time.
So that
so
kind
we'll
of
do it tomorrow morning.
that would be more expensive, and he had to buy more rooms and change airfare and all that kind of deal. So he was headed back.
This would be surgery. He's got surgery or whatever
right.
tomorrow office.
Exactly. So for $300, this would be the best $390 you could ever spend.
An apology?
No, not an apology.
No, from you.
And I'll apologize.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A $390 apology.
Yeah.
Woo.
I'll say, Dan, sorry I knee-jerked. Moving forward, if you want any time off, no problem. Take as much as you want. I encourage it, especially when it's family related. So never be afraid to tell me that you need X.
Those days in April that you want to take off, let them know now.
Just let me know now. For real. Like, hey, listen, man.
We have Surf Ranch in May.
Yeah, fine. Let me know. Just give me the dates.
Okay.
That way I know.
I'm telling you now. Can I put you on notice of that, please?
Please, absolutely.
Okay.
You think you are smarter than Dan when it comes to that. So, Danny, don't ever be afraid of me. Don't ever think you got to tell Blitz. Put me and Blitz on the same group exchange. Say, hey, guys, just want to let you know that doing a family deal on this day. We'll be back on Tuesday. Hope that's cool.
That way,
and no
that way,
nitpicks.
yeah. That way, when you send the ab shot and a day or two later, it's not as bad.
Well, no,
and Blitz gets the ab shot too.
Yeah,
nitpicks, no nitpicks.
Well, I saw Dan on his bike. What was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I saw the abs in full effect.
He
and
did not. Is he sending you these
No, I was
pictures?
riding. No, I was out on Bayshore and he was riding his bike.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, that's how I recognize him, but because he was the only one with the shirt off and his abs out.
Right, he wants everybody.
When I ride with him, in his fairness, I do too.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are ab guys.
Yeah, well,
okay,
I don't.
we're not. You guys, you dumbasses need to realize that me, Lummy, and Blitz are not ab guys.
But if I sent you a picture of me abbed out,
I would call Candle and tell her to beat your ass when you get home.
Are your abs better than Dan's?
I would call. I'd call Steve and go, look what your two dumbass brothers are doing, sending me ab pics to the fat guy.
I can not claim to be able to take such a good ab pic as Dan. Dan has the whole angle down.
Oh, yeah, and I will tell you this. I will tell you this, Dan. I know a little.
How about Jay?
I know a flaw. You only shoot using your right hand.
Really?
You'll never see his left side.
Maybe that's not a flaw. Maybe he knows his good side.
He does. Like my left arm looks better than my right arm. So like when I used to do, if I would do an arm shot, I would always do my left.
Right.
I think I'm in Dan's head
Is one
right now.
shorter than the other?
Well, I have the disease where my
Sensitive.
arms are
One
shorter.
looks like
It's a
it's a
sensitive
wide
topic,
angle. And,
Jay.
You're quickly getting on my crap list too.
Yeah.
Talking about my
Yeah,
T-Rex.
Jay.
I got
No,
T-Rex-itis.
His T-Rex-itis. You didn't know this?
Jay, I can barely wipe my ass.
Mine
It's a
are so
medical
long
condition.
that I can't even get a
Hey, well-
selfie.
Hey, now
Now
you're just
you're
rubbing it
crying.
in.
Now you're rubbing it in, Jay.
No, but I can't even-
Jesus.
What's next,
Mine's
Jay? Are you going to
opposite.
take your shirt off, bitch,
Mine's
and
the
pop a shot
opposite.
for me?
No, I'm not. I
No,
will
you're
never
bragging,
send you.
Jay.
I'll never send
You
you a
gonna send a
shirt.
How
picture
about
of
the
your
car that
arms?
you drove
Ever.
today? Which
I
Ferrari
promise
did you drive
I
today?
did, and I brought my golf cart.
That's worth more than my smart car,
But,
bitch.
It's the same thing.
So anyway, listen, Danny, I think I got you. Because I think deep in your head, you can only shoot your right side.
Yeah, and that Bubba's more mad at Jay than he is
He's
Dan,
like
so you're
Zoolander.
good.
He can only turn right.
Danny, admit that you do have a better side and you always shoot from that side. Just admit it.
I think everyone does.
No, I know, but Dan specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan, the shot that you sent was stellar. I mean, if I was to show, like when I went out, listen, people don't realize as hard as I am on Dan, I love Dan to death. Like
You're
when I was at my mom's house 2 weeks ago when we were having dinner with Sandy and Sue and everybody.
You wish you had that ab shot to show them.
I showed Sandy was like, well, what's this Dr. Diaco that you speak of? You know, I'm like, whoa.
That's what I was so he just said what I was kind of thinking. He said he can't hit the button with his other hand.
Oh, really? He's so coordinated. He could
Yeah.
He could do one-handed,
Here's a guy that
left-handed
can-
knots.
Here's a
but he
guy.
can't picture.
Yeah. Here's a guy that can tie the most finest knot known to man.
Left-handed.
Like,
one-handed.
arguably one of the best suture. Like Daddy Joe used to sometimes have Dan come in and do the sutures
should video
because
that.
he's so good.
It's incredible.
At sutures. And
incredible.
so you're telling me a guy that is so masterful that can carve an ear out of a piece of soap with a spoon can't shoot
With your left thumb?
left-handed from your iPhone? Take that somewhere else, Dan, bitch.
It was Lee. I was
So he's not on the show
gaining
tomorrow?
credibility.
Yeah, don't lie, Dan. Go down and buy the glasses and stop lying. You can't shoot from your left. Bitch, you have the most masterful hands of any human being I know.
Blitz could be making this up because I didn't get that text.
It's on the chat.
Oh.
Did he really?
Yeah. So then he even makes
I know you're looking for two Ferrari Dan, but it's not two
I'm
Ferrari
even
Dan anymore.
defending you, Dan.
My
It's
dong has a better side. Abs are symmetrical.
See? And he's not bettering his cause by now bringing his dong into the deal.
Oh,
I mean,
my
Jay, we
God,
went in for
dude.
just buying a simple pair
I'm
of glasses to now I can only shoot from my left and my dong's got a better profile. That's your brother you're sticking up for.
I'm about to withdraw his counsel.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
So you're so fun to fuck with.
It's hilarious. But he doesn't. I mean, he's mad at me for not being in trouble.
You're not in trouble, Danny.
I know. I did my job.
You're not in
He's
trouble.
not in trouble.
You're not in trouble at all, Danny.
Colin sent me a text and said
You're not in trouble
probably
at
down,
all,
but
Danny.
also not too.
But Danny, I would tell you, I know Romina's not listening. If you would do that, man, it would pay.
Oh, really? The side button works? Yeah. Oh, Dan, volume down works. I got a little insight from Lummy because I have trouble with the left-handed too, but I'm not a surgeon.
Sent me a text and told Dr. Dan
But Jay, would that not go a long way if he just go down there and buy her a little set of sunglasses?
Oh, he probably did already. Dan likes to shower her with nice stuff when he can.
Good,
There's
Dan,
no
go
doubt.
get some fucking
I'm sure he
sunglasses.
did.
And I better get a pic. Dan, I want a picture of Romina getting on the plane with her new sunglasses.
Dan, let me tell you something. I mean, if you're still listening, if you really want to get Bubba to not care that you're on vacation, send a picture of Romina, not yourself.
There you go. Those new
How about that? Send a
know
picture of Romina in her bathing suit and her cool sunglasses, and not you.
Hold on. Or just a family portrait at dinner. Like,
yes!
I get more enjoyment out of that knowing, okay, you know what, you're with your family, you're fucking doing the right thing. Not you douching yourself out with ab shots fucking hanging 10 at the Atlantic, bitch.
Everything's hanging 10 now? He'll always...
Dan
Forever,
can just...
Bubba, when he's out of contact, he's going to be hanging 10
Yeah,
for you.
if he's just standing there on the side of the beach, he's hanging 10. See, I mean, so
I
Dan...
have never, just for the record, ever sent a picture like that to anyone.
Ever?
Not even my wife.
No.
Really?
No.
Why not?
My wife knows what I look like. I don't need to do that. I walk around like that in my house.
Because Kendall would be like, Jay, what the fuck?
She'd be like, creepy. Where did you learn how to do that so well?
And you'd say, my brother.
Exactly. I took classes at the evenings at the Carriage House.
I've been going over to Carriage House Dance and teaching me how to be douche 101 on... Hey, Dan, you know what? I'm sure you had a fancy dinner at the Atlantis.
Oh, there's a good restaurant
Big Shark
there.
Tank and shit is.
What is it, Nobu? They have a Nobu,
you
they have
and
a
your
Nobu in
family-
there, and they have something else. I'm sure Dan went somewhere nice.
Ask
You
the
got
fucking
to.
waiter, hey, can you take
That's
a picture
part
of
of
me
it.
and my family? Get a picture of you and your family. Your wife looks good as fuck. You got your kids there. That's the fucking... Not hanging 10 by the fucking spring breakers from Michigan University of Michigan.
I just texted him to see if he went anywhere. Dan's saying, "I gotta go shopping. See you." You gotta go shopping. See you later.
I love you, Dan.
Have fun, Danny.
I
That's
love
all.
you, Danny.
See you, Danny.
Such a good sport.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, everyone's piecing him out and stuff. Bye, Dan.
Poor Dan.
And you know what's so funny is I am sure he was great to them all weekend long. Couple snaps.
I'm sure, but this is just funny eats all it is. We're not
It
really
is.
mad at him.
It's great.
But this won't hurt him.
No.
Man, we can really get it. We can go for it.
I wonder if Danny did all the good slides. I was able to, and I went with Trey. Did you do any of that stuff, Bubba, or no?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do the straight down one?
Mm-hmm.
That thing's pretty intense, isn't it?
Man, when you get in it, you're like...
There's no doubt.
You're like, I'm going to fall out of this thing.
That's exactly. I thought I was going to fall straight because I'm so skinny that the tube didn't feel like it could hold me.
Right.
I felt like I was just going to free
I'm
fall
just
right
going
to
to
the
free
bottom.
fall and smash the water.
Exactly. Did you do it, Lovey? Have you ever done it?
No.
Do they let you in there? Are you too big?
I'm not. No, I'm
No, he can do it. He's afraid.
Would you be allowed to?
I'm a pussy, yeah.
I would love to see you try it. Have
No,
you
no,
ever
no,
been
hold
there,
on.
Anna?
Where?
He's
Atlantis?
allowed to. He's afraid.
Oh God, you and Blitz should
Yeah,
go
I'm a
one time.
pussy.
It's
I'm a big
if you want to
pussy.
just go someplace and just have like some like drinks with umbrellas in it and chill the fuck out, and not do anything for a nice long weekend. That's a place. Enjoy it.
Atlantis?
It's
How
killer.
about St. Pete Beach?
That's easier.
That's
That's
more
the same
we can
deal,
afford.
but that's
Lana,
cool.
you better have $4,000 though.
Yeah, I don't have $4,000 just to fucking but if I did, I would
Well,
go.
one day you will.
You know, you think that.
I know that. I'm certain of it.
Take it, take it, take it, take it.
You know those hotels on the outskirts of it that are connected, Bubba? They're like, 500 yards by like connected bridges all the way down the edge.
Yeah.
That's where I used to have to stay. forever. I couldn't afford the main tower.
No, you had to stay like about the ones that are about like a half a mile away.
Yeah, they like just accumulated all the ones near them, and they just put like a bridge in between, or like a walkway.
And they were built back in the 60s.
Exactly.
And you could see the Atlantis, and you could walk there if you wanted to.
It looked close, and then you started walking, and you get a cramp.
But then you go in the Atlantis, you're like, oh my, just as a tourist, to look around and shit. And you'd see the fucking, Nobu and fucking the
Exactly.
Gucci shop.
Patrick Winter, there definitely is. All you have to do is say Bubba Army at his office, and there's a discount. I just don't know what it is. It's more than a couple bucks, guys. I want to say it's percentages, big percentages, but I don't know the exact number, so I don't want to quote me. Just call Dan's office.
Call Dan's office.
All right.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. I just want to go on record by saying, and I texted Dan privately, and I said, listen, I want you to know that I love you, buddy. This makes for great show content. Now, I hope you're headed to Gucci.
He's gone.
Good.
There's no doubt he's gone.
And, deep down, he knows how to work. So you can bet that Anna will be getting a picture of Romina and her new glasses to put up on the Instagram.
And you may even get him in the heart ones. Knowing Danny. Oh.
He might pick him up. You know what, though? He loves Gucci shoes. So you know how Dan is. If I'm here to buy my wife some sunglasses, I might as well get me some shoes.
I mean, who are we kidding? He's already been there for himself this weekend.
He'll do the while I'm here.
Yeah, while I'm here.
You got to do that.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
It's Hootie.
Oh, hi, Hootie. I got a bunch of texts over the weekend from you.
Again,
Hootie. Hootie.
I apologize for that.
Hootie.
I'm sorry. I've got you on speaker. Hold on.
Hootie, just be quiet. I didn't mind any of them, bud. You keeping me up to speed as to what you're doing and how you're doing with your family and what you got going. I don't have a problem with any of that, buddy. So before you apologize of this text that you sent me, I don't have a problem with them. You talked about your Dallas Bowl experience. It was a good one. You did talk. You were doing something with the.
He's going to a concert.
So I don't have a problem with those texts. Even you telling me what you got going on. I just have a problem when you tell me, this cream machine's a piece of shiz, and I'm gonna give it back to you, and it was the biggest mistake I made in my life, and I hate you. I don't like those drunken, Hootie got off his medication texts, but I didn't mind any of the texts that you sent me this weekend. So no need to apologize, buddy.
Well, and I hope I've cleared the air from the.
You have. You're doing good.
From the thread about the cream machine and all that.
Yeah. And I know you couldn't make it. I know you were supposed to come down and see Erica on Friday, and you got busy. And so we'll see you this week. It's not a big deal, bud.
Well, I think she had like a labs or something to do.
Yeah, she's in Miami trying to get a big passport caper right now for her son. But nonetheless, bud, just make contact with her. We'll get you. No big deal.
Did you go to that concert?
The Blake Shelton concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it? Did you the whole family have a good time?
So he called the Off the Rails Blummel show.
Okay.
Bubba, and he said that she'd bought tickets and invited him to go along.
Right. Perfect.
How'd that go?
And she did, and we had a blast.
Did you guys make love later that night?
Unfortunately, we did not. Of course, we had the kids with us, so.
No, but I mean, later that night, the kids are in bed.
No, I went back to my place, and she went back to the house.
Okay, but it's a start. You
Go
guys
back
had
to the Hampton Inn.
You guys had a nice evening together. Was there any? Was it all everything nice and no heat, no nothing?
No drinking?
No, it was.
What are you not telling us?
Yeah, because it sounds like Hootie, you should be back up in the mix. She should,
Honestly, I'm trying, and I think we're literally right on the edge of being able to, cohabitate again.
Can I give you a little bit of advice? Don't screw it up.
Yeah, Hootie, stay, once you get back, do what Dan's doing, baby face a little bit and be nice.
Buy some Gucci glasses.
I don't know if something.
How about just don't drink? How about just don't drink anymore?
How about just don't drink and maybe once a week have your wife a little "I love you" card and thank you for
some flowers
allowing me
I did
to
that for my wife last night.
Well, your wife gets more flowers than any woman.
No, just take a card.
Just because.
Let's
card?
not talk about how many.
Because I was
Let's not
a
talk about how many
butthead earlier in the
dozens of flowers that Candle gets a year.
No, it's just a butthead earlier in the day, and so I just was at Target in the afternoon with my daughter doing something, and so I just got her one of those stupid little cards.
And guess what?
That probably works
hold on.
wonders.
And guess what, Jay?
Should I have opened it and signed it? I just put it on top.
Well, you just gave her a card?
Yeah, and she said it's funny this morning. I said,
sign it?
honey, I just was thinking of you, and she's like, I love it. You'll probably get it back next anniversary.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. It was
That's
a
the smart ass
blank
in her.
card?
It just says, I love you to the moon and back.
Okay.
I didn't
You
feel
didn't
like
say-
I needed to say anything more than that.
But not
It
even
was just-
love
it
you,
was-
Jay, or anything?
You didn't put
Oh my God.
you didn't put honey, I love you, Jay?
No.
Well, that was a little bit of a mess up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest
you
with
need
you.
to at least
not.
sign it. Did you at least write her name on the front on the envelope?
It was still in the plastic.
Jay!
Oh my God!
We've never seen
Jay, you're worse than
Jay,
Dr.
now,
Dan.
now, Jay, now Dan just can't get. When you make a
What's wrong with
bonehead,
your brain?
yeah,
This
you're not
reaction.
immune. You're not immune.
God,
guys believe
you
I did
you were
that?
so close, Jay.
Do you
so
believe
close.
I did that?
Yes,
Jay,
I do.
hold on. Poor Hootie's like, I'm trying to get some help. Now
Oh,
Jay's
that's
taking
right.
over.
Screw Jay. Go back to Hootie.
Yeah, Hootie, listen.
No, but really, the only reason I called, Bubba, is I'm down by the pool. I took a morning swim instead of a shower,
Yeah.
and I got this cat. He's 28
I
years
love
old.
this guy. As much as you want to hate Hootie, you just kind of love him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna text you an ab shot, Bubba. That's his next one.
He's a 28-year-old, and he's been a longtime fan, and is Esteban, the pool guy, instead of Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sharp-looking dude. He wanted to say hey.
No, don't do that.
Oh
Here
no!
we
He's gonna
go.
pass the phone
Don't
off.
pass the phone.
Oh, I hate this. Don't do this, Hootie.
Hootie,
Too
don't do
late.
it.
Hootie, put me on speakerphone. Just put me on
For
speakerphone.
the love of all things Hootie, just say
No,
good
take
talking
off
to you.
your-
Goodbye.
That's it.
Hootie, you there?
Well, yeah, we're both here. Me and Esteban.
Oh, Esteban, man, thank you, my friend.
We like your guitars.
For listening to the show, or at least being a
I'll
fan.
send some guitars out to the studio.
All right, guitar. Now, Esteban, are you familiar with the program nowadays, or are you used to listening back in the day?
No, back in the old day.
So you don't have any idea what we're doing nowadays?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
great.
and you have no
Great,
idea.
Hootie.
You probably even have any idea how to even listen to the show, do you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it come on around the area anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you got some nude guy in your pool.
You got to look for the Brooklyn Out ice cream truck with the TV on the side.
So listen, if you, we have a pretty good YouTube channel. Are you familiar with YouTube?
Yes, sir.
It's at the Bubba Army. So that would be a good place to start. That might show you what we're doing nowadays, and it doesn't cost you nothing.
Yes, sir. Cool.
Okay,
I'll check
buddy.
it out for sure.
All right, man. Hey, thank you for being a former fan, and maybe we can get you back. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thank you.
Sorry, I cut him off. That was the only reason I called, man. I was just going to say hey. So
Hootie.
I'll catch up with Erica.
Okay, sure. All right, buddy. Thanks.
Bye-bye now.
God.
Let me. You might want to get a hold of Hootie and say that's one of my number one.
Don't pass the phone, Hootie.
If Hootie would have just said, "Okay, guys, that was it. Goodbye,"
Yeah.
it would have been like,
Hold
"Oh, that was a
on.
good Hootie call."
Hootie's
We got a
back.
fan
Yeah,
from 98
Hootie's
Rock
back.
that wants to say hey.
He cleans the
Jay.
pool here at the Hampton Inn.
No, hold on.
Winnipeg.
Let's go. Let's not forget we got a little Jay situation going on here.
Oh
Oh,
God.
his
It was a
card?
joke,
Jay,
man.
you were worse
Jay.
than Dr. Dan.
Jokes,
Yeah, dude.
Jay.
Jokes.
You just bought the
It's
card,
not
left the
jokes.
receipt.
Hold on.
Jay.
Yes.
So you did a little, but you were a little bit of a numb nut on Friday, probably threw like a Jay-like fit, and think that perhaps you might have been maybe upset your wife nonetheless, and so you are so awesome and so mindful. So you went and got a card because you're cool like that.
Trying.
Dan pisses off Candle. He doesn't care less.
Right.
But you are, you just are good like that. And you and your wife have an unbelievable dynamic. She's very much a smart ass, and she's salt of the earth. I love her. And so, what's not to like about Candle? So the other thing is, you mess up, you get a card saying like, I love you, something like that, which is just completely you so nailed it. Until, if indeed what you did, and that is you didn't sign it and you didn't address it to her, you just gave her a card in the wrapper. Is it true that you did that?
Yes.
You are such a dumbass.
No, but it was my wife and I have been together. We've been married 17 years.
Yes.
We've been together forever, and
but
it was like a joke. You know what I mean? It was like the whole thing was I didn't feel the need to open it because it said everything that I needed it to say right on the front of it.
I know that's your excuse, and you're
just
a
to go
natural
back, I really
arguer.
wasn't that much of. I was just a little snippy.
But hold on, as a girl, I'm going to throw it over to Anna. As a girl, she's a girl. And Candle, just because she's the coolest bitch known to man, period, is saying that it's okay. And it's probably okay. It probably really is. You're probably correct. But had you opened it up and just put like, babe, or something.
Just say, hey, sorry, I was a butthole.
Or whatever, just anything.
Jay. And that would have been, then she would have been like,
you don't put that in writing because then one day she'll look at it and remember what a butthole
all you got to say is, hey, babe, love you.
That's what the card said.
No, but it didn't have any
Jay,
personalization.
Hold on, Jay. Have you given her cards before without signing them?
No.
Oh my God!
You're so busted, bitch. We just cross-examined.
That was the fun, but that was. Don't you guys get? That was the joke. You know what I mean? So if Blitz did something with you that was like intentionally to try to be sarcastic and humorous and funny, and his personality, you'd probably laugh at it because her response was,
"Nah, he better
I'll
sign
get
that
it back to you.
card."
I'll be recycling it for you someday."
That
and I
was
laughed
her-
and said, "And I'll forget that I gave it to you."
And that was her covering her man's ass, but deep down, she would have liked to have it personal.
You're 100% right.
If like you were known for
Yeah.
getting cards and not signing them, like I
Yes.
get it, it's funny,
It's
but
like a thing.
yeah.
Well, I'm going
And
to be known for that from now on.
And she is such a
Learning
kick.
new tradition.
Hold on. And
New
she
tradition.
and she's so got your back that she's like cynically come back with a candle-like response saying, and you're going to get it back. But deep down in her little candle heart, she would have liked you to say, love you, Jay, or, you're, what, honey.
No
whatever.
doubt.
So you kind of messed up today too, buddy.
Looks
I
like you're
messed
getting some
up
Gucci
I
glasses.
Unfortunately,
messed
I
up
can't
for
take.
doing well.
Hold on. Unfortunately, I can't take the show away from you because you could care less. I'd be like, hey Jay, I don't need you next one. Fine by
I
me,
do
buddy.
care.
Means
I'll
it's
be in
another,
Costa.
it's another hour. I can do something actually productive instead of dealing with your dumb
That's
ass.
6 more waves I can catch.
So actually, 6 more times
10
I
an
can
hour.
hang 10. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Bubba. This is Gary.
Hello, Gary. I will,
Yes.
I will tell you
God.
this, Gary. I can't be too long. I'm not going to take any snipes from you because I'm only going to give you 2 minutes because I'm running way behind. But I'm going to let you know that on the upfront, okay, buddy?
And I want to start with a disclaimer. Good morning, Gary. I have no self-defense to anything that I did with Candle this morning.
All right, so Gary, 2 minutes, and it's non-snipeable. 2 minutes, my friend. Just because, buddy, I'm in a good mood and I'm running late, so I got to break in 2 minutes regardless. So go ahead, buddy.
Oh, that's so great, Bubba, because I didn't want to get sniped by Florida Mangina. Speaking of Mangina, that was very nice of Dan to take a Tata picture for you and send it to you.
It is. We have a certain relationship like that. It's borderline gay, but not.
I have to ask Anna some questions. She mentioned on Friday and couldn't take calls for some apparent reason that you can tell when you go to the gym that those big old guys there are leaning to the right. And I'm thinking, well, didn't she study evolutional psychology or something like that? And boy, it's so funny to get a sudden realization that cavemen trying to become bigger cavemen think like cavemen.
1 minute 10 left.
and then they tend to lean to the right. And the same type of person who puts a lot of work,
1 minute,
hard work, dedication, determination to get advanced degrees, more than one, multiple advanced degrees. They have that same type of dedication. They don't have that victim mentality that she mentioned on Friday. And speaking of victim
40 seconds.
mentality, how about the immigrants, legal or illegal, are taking our jobs, or boy, the poor are using our medical benefits, or boy, the whole world is against us, so we have to have the
20
largest
seconds.
army in the world, which is greater than the 10 greatest armies combined. Yeah, talk about victim mentality.
Gary, you ended with 9 seconds left. You got 9 left on your tab, buddy. Anything else? Oh well, how about just pleasantries, Gary? It's good hearing from you.
Thanks, Gary.
And we look forward to hearing you. And I kind of like the 2-minute Gary deal, don't you?
Oh, that's great.
And you
Bubba,
got to
thank
admit,
you.
I mean, Gary, you got to admit, I'm being as fair. I mean, is that not as fair as it gets, bud?
You're a good man. I don't know about the rest of the people there, but you're a good man.
There you go, Gary.
I liked this Gary when he called Howard's show all the time. He worked for the burger place.
All right. Well, listen, Gary. Don't worry about Blitz. We appreciate you. And we'll talk again. We'll talk again. Okay, bud.
The next time I worry about Blitz will be the first time I worry about Blitz.
Oh, cool.
All right, buddy. Listen, Gare Bear. See you later, buddy.
Bye. Have a great day.
I love Gare Bear.
Yeah, he conquered that call.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
3 useless points that I wrote down, just in case, because I was going to hand it to you.
Oh, about
Caveman comparison between men and the right. So what he's saying is that people who are on the right, who are men, are cavemen.
I think that's what he was saying.
And then he's saying immigrants and the poor using benefits. Well, that's happening. I don't know. I know what the and then the other one is the victim mentality.
We shouldn't complain.
Jesus.
Jay, you should be just happy.
Oh, I'm glad that Bubba let him have 2 uninterrupted minutes because I was about to light his ass.
Well, hold on, buddy. We got one more break. If you want to come back with a badass Jay Diablo,
I'll wait till. No, I like doing it when he's on the phone. I don't need to do it when he's not on the phone.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I'm gonna throw it over to you, and then you take the high road with that stance. I'm gonna give you that opportunity, and then you come back with
His 3 points were useless. None of them made any sense.
Well, that's kind of his MO.
Here for the show.
It's hard to argue with something that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's the whole. It is hard to argue that.
You know
Why
what I
are
mean?
you upset?
Oh my god,
I'm not upset at
Why are you
anything.
upset about legal and legal aliens getting benefits?
I'm not upset. When he said immigrants, legal or illegal, I'm upset when people do that. There's a big difference.
Yeah, but why?
Because there's a difference. I came over, my grandmother came over, the correct way, and there's a correct way and an incorrect way, and I have no problem with the correct way.
Jay, times have changed.
You're right. We should just give him plane tickets from other countries. Oh, wait a minute. We're doing that. Alrighty. We should make an app that makes it easier for him.
We should.
Oh, we did. We did.
Yeah. I mean, they're easier to track that way, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you keep their phone on them all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should. What was his third point? Jay?
Say again?
What was his third point?
His third point was, he said, cavemen, comparison to men, poor and immigrants, regardless of whether legal or immigrant or illegal or illegal, are using benefits. And then he said basically that Republicans have the victim mentality. But none of them really made cohesive sense together.
The military part?
Yeah, because of the military. We spend all of our money on the industrial military complex, which I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, but Jay, you gotta understand, no other country has ever built up their military to defend themselves.
Yeah, exactly. What was Anna saying about China in the last 30 years?
Well, that's okay though, because China's allowed to do it because we do it. We should give everyone nuclear weapons.
Hey Jay, when's Union opening?
It should be any day.
God, it's fucking
Should be any day. They said the end of last month. Is it amazing?
I drive by there almost every day. And
Do you have a day this week we can go to Bulan and get lunch? Get a Le Burger?
Well, maybe, but Union. I mean, the other place is kind of far from me. Union is just right there, and it looks
Yeah.
so beautiful.
It's going to be incredible.
Ulan's downtown, right?
So, are you partners in the one and this one?
Yeah,
it was
and
a combo.
Forbici.
It was a combo deal.
All of it. All of them.
Oh, so you're in Forbici?
I'm a partner in all of them now.
Really?
Yes.
Now, is Union going to be like a food and a bar?
Yes, and it's going to be like American cuisine, like a steakhouse, stuff that you're going to love,
Yeah.
anything you want, and then you can order anything off the menu you want.
And then the outside part, it looks like the upper.
There's going to be
Have
a
you walked through
beautiful
it yet?
lounge, and there's going to be an upstairs like VIP area.
Have
It's
you
gonna be
walked through
live
it yet?
music. I have not walked through it.
Oh
yet.
my God, you guys!
Have you walked through it?
I know, but I look at it and say this is going to be the baddest fucking place.
Well, as soon as it's open, I'll take you with us because they're going to have an opening, soft opening anytime.
Oh,
I
it's
should
so
text Jeff and ask.
they're going to kill it. They're going to fucking kill it.
Yeah.
Is the other place, Blue Jean, is it killing it?
Boulan is killing it.
Killing it.
Unbelievable. Because, I mean, downtown, over there by Channelside now.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 residential townhomes.
Yeah, they
that are
just built fucking-
One of them's a 5-star. We have a 5-star hotel in Tampa for the first time ever.
And,
it's
Bou-
right.
and
It's
they're,
right
and they're all
across-
going to Bouillon, aren't they?
Everyone's going to Boulan.
There's not many high-end restaurants down there.
There's a couple, 2 or 3, but I mean, it's like, did you see how many people were down there?
Yes.
On the weekend? I couldn't believe it.
I mean, you probably need reservations, the
You
whole
have
fucking
to.
9 yards.
I can
don't
get you reservations.
No, I know, but oh my God.
Train, I went there the other day and it was like packed, and I just walked right to the front. He was so impressed with that. But the burgers are great.
Don't ask Dan.
They're
Yeah,
smash
that's
burgers.
That's another heat getter for Dan too.
Le Burger. Yeah. Oh, I know. He gets mad that he wasn't invited into the investment.
Isn't it underneath
Hey,
the 5-star
do you know what I
hotel?
told Dan?
Or is it
You
next to it? Isn't it right
It's
underneath?
it's right next to it.
Oh, okay. But it's like on the same side.
It's on the Bill Gates Venick building.
Yeah, but okay, it's on, okay.
So the one next to it, what's it called? Affinity or something like that.
And it's across from the public. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
You know, I told Dan. He got mad at me. We were talking about these places and how he wasn't invited, and I said this didn't go over too well. I said, do you think that maybe Jeff didn't invite you because you would come in and be disruptive and pick the place apart? And he told me that I had to shut up.
I'll tell you the truth is he wanted one of us to invest, so we're part of the family.
You get one, you get all three.
Exactly. You get one, you get them all, and so
Yeah.
Dan should be happy he didn't have to lay out any shells for that.
That's right. Jay's loaded.
Do you still get the VIP treatment?
No.
No. Danny can get the VIP treatment. Hold on. Danny can get the VIP treatment, but he's got to call Jay first to get it.
He's gonna call you to get the VIP treatment.
Am I right, Jay?
That's right. Hey, my brother that looks like me is going to be
My
coming
brother. And then he has to roll in as his brother's brother. He can't roll in like himself.
They should have called the Burger Royale with cheese, but they call it Le Burger. The Burger. It's so good.
You're treating him like what's his name? From the Frito.
Oh.
Is that what he is?
No.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show.
Jay Diaco in for the last hour of the show. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow as well. Hopefully Jay will not be sending me pictures of all of his car collections as I get into my smart car and his ab workout later today. Hanging 10.
And his long arms, too.
And his long arms. How he's got
abnormally long.
I cannot wait for this new place right from the studios. Jay is part of is an investor with Jeff Giragante, and so I think the 2 new ones that they were opening up, and one is now open. It's downtown Tampa, right
Boulan.
by. It's called what?
Boulan, which is
and it's
French,
like a French
for bolt.
It's a French-based, kind of deal, right?
But it's not like frou-frou French, because I don't like French food. And I went there, and there's so much good stuff. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's really, really good food.
If you live in the Tampa Bay area, man, you might want to go there, but you're going to have to get reservations because it's blown. It's blown up, isn't it? Not? I mean, like it
was hard for me to get reservations.
Oh,
Look at that place.
Wow!
Look at that.
Wow.
It looks like it's straight out of New York City or South Beach. It's got like that Art Deco, really over the top decorations.
What's the other? How do I find other parts?
Maybe look at the Instagram. Let me see.
Or look at the menu too.
Yeah, let me look at the menu.
It's not bad. Well,
you know, like French onion
here's
soup
on
at a restaurant.
Here's brunch.
Oh, I already looked at the brunch menu.
Look at that. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Caviar service. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Le Burger right there in the middle.
24. Well, okay.
It's unbelievable. Eggs Benedict, croissant sandwich.
If I go,
French
I'll
toast.
be a guest of Jay's. So 24 ain't gonna mean nothing to me.
Because it'll be on me.
Right.
Be on Jeff.
I told you I already invited you for brunch.
Man, this place is
You can come too.
beautiful.
It's fantastic. You guys will love it. I'd love to do a tasting.
Is that Jay? I mean, I'm sorry. Is that Jeff's new company, Next Level Brands?
That's exactly right.
That's the new the new holding, right?
That's the company that I'm a part of.
Right, Next Level Brands. Well, show us their.
It should show the other restaurant, which is called
Verbici, Union, Bouillon. Okay, so that's the three.
Yep.
Verbici, Union, Bouillon.
Let's see what Union's picture
This
looks
is right down. Wow. Hold on here. Let me see.
I saw some renderings before, but I haven't seen the actual building. Holy smokes!
You should go drive by it. It looks really nice. Even
I'm just waiting for it to open. It's going to be in the next.
I don't have
next
any
couple of
pictures.
weeks.
I don't have any pictures.
Thought it may have been already, but I would know.
Yeah, I mean they're still building it, but you can see it. Just the shell
Jay,
of it looks really nice.
I got to go by there every day to go to my apartment, and I'm like, oh my god!
There's another picture of Bouillon. Look at that one from the street. The other one above it, right there, with the cars in front of it.
Oh yeah, right here.
So that's giving you the other.
That
view
looks
of
like
it.
something to be in Manhattan. Oh,
Exactly.
here's Jeff. Hold on. Here's Jeff. Hold on here. Stand by. Hi, Jeff.
We're standing in Bouillon Brasserie, Tampa, with some super exciting news that I'm going to let Heather tell you.
So reservations go live today at 5:00 p.m. That's going to be for our opening next Tuesday, January 24th, for lunch and dinner reservations.
That's right. The link is in the bio for you to go to Bouillon Tampa and make your reservation.
Where's the restaurant though? You know, and he's so good at that social media stuff. I can't stand doing that stuff. That's what they want me to do so bad.
Yeah, but you should.
I know.
Just let Dan,
you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to hire Bella to make me do it. We were looking for like a social media person that wasn't of a strong-minded personality that could tell Danny and I when we need to do things.
Yeah, like be like, hey, listen, you guys got to shoot today at 1 o'clock.
You've got to
give
do
out
this.
45 minutes.
I'll pull my camera out. I'll do it. You got to do it. I'll listen to Bella.
Yeah, well, this Union place, that's Verbici.
Verbici's awesome,
and
too.
Verbici's been killing it for what, how long? 4 years now?
They opened in the middle of the pandemic.
They were just showing, the one video you were showing was the addition.
What's nice is that, you know, they all have different price ranges. Like, Verbici's a very reasonable place. You can go there with your family, 2 kids, wife, have a couple drinks, and walk out for $80.
The only
$100.
bad thing about Verbici is it's no longer going to be
4 people?
The new it factor.
Plus drinks.
It's going to be I mean, it sounds like Bouillon is killing it, and I can't wait for this Union place to open. My Lord, I've been watching it built since it was a little baby. It looks like it's ready. I mean, to me, it looks like they could open up tomorrow.
They were waiting on an air conditioner for 10 months.
Jeez.
Supply chain stuff like a year ago.
Danny, I hope that Romina is just bubbling with excitement right now as she's got her new Jackie O, Gucci, Willie's.
I want a picture of those, please.
Yeah, we like to put it up on our Instagram.
You can keep it above the neck. I'm cool with that.
Jay, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'm out. I'm going to the track.
Good luck.
You guys are going to do an exclusive podcast.
Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
It'll post today at noon.
Correct.
Perfect. See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
co-host and show historian Lummox,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
the BRN agent Thomas Buttoned Up B,
and for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.